on Grossman. Or who is this? Badu is actually leading off. The lineup's a little weird. It's Badu, Baez, and Candelario.
Joining us later on, and of course Meredith Morakovich. Right,
we are live. For our Yankees and Tigers game coverage. Badu strikes out to Severino to start off the inning. One away here in the top of the first. And now up is Baez. Oh, no, it was a walk. Okay. Wait, what is this? Okay, never mind. But okay, Grossman walked. Badu struck out, and Baez is up now with one away. Now I got it. All right.
He told Aaron Judge, he said, listen, I'm going to try to get it up to about 93 today, 92, 93, so you know what to expect. And the first pitch he threw to Judge was 97, so obviously he's feeling pretty good.
All right.
There's the newest Tiger, Javier Baez.
All right, quickly 0-1 on Baez.
Cub signed a free agent contract here in Detroit. He's the DH today.
Is that a bulk? I was going to say, yeah, that's a bulk, yeah. That was 100% a bulk. I was like, hold on a minute, are they going to call that? Or?
Working out in spring training.
I appreciate the effort, though, for a right-handed pitcher. You know, you're always looking for a quick move. This one is pretty interesting. Just take another look here.
Seems like a decent audio mix.
Like
what up, Kenny?
Illegal, but that's good.
Why would you like an illegal move? You can't use it. I guess if you work and edit it a little bit. That'll be 0-2.
Pitch upstairs,
oh, it was 1-1. That guy's got a loud ball call.
Now the base umpires, Wegner, Diaz, and Barber. Now they switch around.
Just missed on that one.
But we know that
I would say that's more inside than high. Ball down low. Oh, wait, that was a strike. He does strikes way quieter than he does balls. That's a little different for an umpire. 1-2 for Baez with one away and a runner at second after the bulk. Or bulk, however you call it.
Torres shades up the middle in the infield.
Here's the 1-2 from Severino. He's taking a minute. Can't really come to a decision on what to throw there, it appears. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Get the likes up. Get some more people up in here. But it looks like most of you have already done so. I appreciate you. Oh, gets a little piece of it. Hits it into the gap. And that'll get down. That'll score a run. Grossman will come in, and he's in. And Baez might get the second, and he is safe with the double. Hey, let's go. Good, Kenny. How you doing? How you doing? RBI double for Baez. Grossman scores from second. And Tigers hit the board first. Good piece of opposite field hitting in Comerica Park. If that gets down like that, oh, okay, that was just a okay. Center fielder was on it pretty quick. But yeah, that's good for Comerica Park type hitting. Hitting into that right field gap like that. That's where you want to put that ball. Looks like he's trying to get some like aim and practice into doing so as well. So that's good. Now up is Candelario with the runner at second, one away and a one-run lead. That'll be inside, ball one.
1-0.
Candelario hit 271 with 16 homers and 67 RBIs last year. Very good season for him.
Training start, David. Are you working on specific things, or are you really trying to get people out?
That'll be a strike.
Generally speaking, you would be working on specific things.
Yeah, nice piece of two-strike hitting by Baez.
Much further along, I think, at this point. So
didn't try to do too much with it. Just tried to take the pitch where it went. Went with the pitch. So that was nice to see. It's the kind of thing you want to see from a player like Baez, who's had strikeout issues in the past, not trying to change his approach with two strikes. That'll get the runner over to. I was gonna say that should get the runner to third. All right, Baez gets to third, two away. Good job by Candy. Now up is Spencer Torkelson, first baseman.
The most advanced right now, and when he makes his first start
with minor leagues, he played in 121 games. Did Torkelson with 3 levels? He hit 267 and 30 home runs.
And he's feeling good, so that's the important thing. And Really, if you're watching baseball this year, the first month of the season, you're not going to see many starters go very long. Now, that's the way baseball is anyway, but even your stud guys that you expect to go.
That'll be a strike one to Torkelson.
Yeah, I think you have to protect them from themselves, even though most of these guys have been throwing on their own, private facilities.
Torkelson fouls it away.
You really find out in these situations on who was working and who wasn't.
All right, got Torque quickly 0-2. Not exactly idea to start off this at bat.
Bowling alleys and men's clothing stores, they couldn't devote every single day to work out.
Yeah, the days of coming.
And he fouls that one away, stays just alive.
The training has never been better. The tools to train with have never been better. Most of these players are very advanced, not only nutritionally, but from a biomechanics standpoint, understanding their mechanics.
Torkelson gets a hold of it, and that should be fair. It's going to be a double off the wall, maybe, depending on his speed. He might just keep it to a single. Yeah, long single for Spencer Torkelson. He drives in a run, makes it 2-0 Tigers. All right. Really good piece of opposite field hitting by Torkelson. Good two-strike hitting. Good opposite field power. Smoked it down the left field double.
One of the very top prospects, not only on the Tigers, but in all.
Very good piece of hitting right there. Just a very good. One of the benefits of having a guy like Miguel Cabrera on this team and on this roster is Cabrera is one of the more elite hitters to have ever figured out going the other way. They shade him to the right center in the in their alignment because he goes the other way so much with the pitching. Because if you throw a player like Cabrera something inside, he's going to hit a home run. It's just when he was younger anyway, right? But now, with a guy like Torkelson, you kind of fear throwing inside to a kid like that because if you put it in his wheelhouse, he's going to jack it to left field. It's just how it goes. So having a guy like Cabrera in his ear trying to, hey, go with the pitching, take the doubles to left field, or take the doubles, that's a good mentor type guy to have in Cabrera.
This to me, David, was an underrated acquisition during the
because Torkelson knows what everything that Torkelson's going through. One of the top rated prospects in baseball. Just the whole thing kind of is very similar.
They built this team. They wanted to be better defensively up the middle.
1-1 for Barnhart. Runner at first. 2-0 Tigers. Top of the first still. Barnhart swings and a misses. Yeah, I think they gave Green a day off finally.
Really important. Get a look at Severino.
And that'll be. That was a nice pitch.
Good location.
I don't think a rookie's ever. Or no, that's Bar. I thought that was Green for a second. That was a really nice pitch by Severino. We'll see if he. Let's see what Barnhart does. Does he keep the inning going? We've seen a lot of good two-strike hitting going on this afternoon. Oh, he makes contact with it. Unfortunately, right over to Gallo. All right, well, that'll end the inning. I'll mute the audio because it's going to go to a commercial break. Muting it because it's on a commercial break. I'll unmute it as soon as it comes back. Yeah, Daniel, if you were watching the game at all, you would know how well Torkelson's two-strike hitting was there. And especially Baez. I don't know, Kenny. Who cares? It's weird. I think other people are more concerned with people's view counts than the actual content creators, for the most part. Because at some point, it's harder for people to get views, I would say, because all they care about is the views. If you're just making content and having fun doing it, people will eventually watch. It's a refreshing mindset to just not care about what the numbers say. I stopped caring about that weeks ago, man. If you watch the number count, you're just going to drive yourself crazy is the way I look at it. Now, if you're trying to do a stream and no one's watching, then it's like, all right, well, I could just make this a video. It'll be Rizzo, Judge, Gallo, Stanton, Torres, Isaiah, Kindler, Falafa, Inkiarte, Peraza, and Freitas. Vergitas. Scooball's pitching today for the Tigers, though. We'll get our spring debut of Mr. Scoob.
4.34 ERA.
Bit of an up and down season for Scooball last year. Started off really shaky, but by the end of the season, he was pretty consistent with the shits. So.
And our pitcher scatter report, as we said, a little bit of a mixed bag. His ERA, as we said, was about league average. He had some really good stretches in the second half.
I gotta reset my phone. I forgot to do
figure
that.
it out for a lot of young pitchers. It's keeping the ball in the ballpark.
I like to reset my phone once a day, at least when I charge it for the day. That way it gets like all that shit out of it. All right, it'll be Rizzo to lead it off.
Also have Casey Mize, Manning, some up-and-comers, signed Michael Pineda as well for that rotation. They have a chance to really make a big leap this year on the pitching side.
And fouls it away, strike one.
I'll tell you what, the American League Central got very interesting in a hurry. Correa signs with the Twins, and Baez signs here. Obviously,
Yo, AL Central on top. The AL Central is basically the AL West of football.
Pretty good players as well, so.
Or baseball. Or the AFC West of baseball. God, I fucked that up. 0-2. I ruined a whole good analogy. I shit the bed 3 or 4 different times on the whole communication of it. But 0-2 for Rizzo, bottom of the first, leadoff guy for the Yankees. Let's see if we can get him out. Good inside pitch, but it'll be fouled away.
This isn't just a spring training lineup either. I mean, the Yankees and Aaron Boone are trying to figure out who's going to lead off. Rizzo's a candidate to actually lead off on this lineup, depending on how things.
If you're smart, you go inside. You have something that comes inside and breaks just like inside more, kind of like that pitch. See, it started a little bit too inside, like it was going to be a ball. Then it just kind of rolled in on his hands, and that's a really tough pitch to get anything going on. One away. See, starts more inside, breaks outside. That's a good way to get lefties out as a lefty pitcher. Just throw inside and let it break out. What's up, Jacob? Oh, the receiver?
So here's Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I should be live tonight. Aaron Judge is up, strike one. Judge just tried to tie the game up at 2, but it's, 2-0. No one on. Bottom of the first. 0-1 count for Mr. Judge. Here's the pitch. And that'll be 0-2. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. I'd be appreciative of that. Get a few more people up in here. Push the video up and get closer to that 20 like goal. Thank you very much if you already have. Yeah, Joe Hayden's leaving Pittsburgh. I hope he comes to New England and learns how to play a really good corner. Yeah, I know he wants to. So here's the 0-2, and that'll be way high, ball 3 or ball 1. Yeah, it's been a full 9 innings the last 2 games. Yeah, should be. Unless it rains or something, I don't think anyone's doing 7-inning spring training games. That'll be strike 3. Down goes Judge, and now up is Joey Gallo. Oh, Hayden goes to the Browns. That'd be pretty crazy. We need receivers for Mac. Disagree, but I'll talk more about that later tonight. I have a very hot take about the Patriots. But that's what I make hot takes that I'm usually pretty good about. Like my hot take 2 years ago was that Aaron Rodgers was never going to leave the Packers and that eventually they'll fix the relationship and he'll sign a deal and retire there. Everybody said I was dead wrong. Because it was in the midst of all the Aaron stuff and everybody was just like so sure he was leaving. And 2 years ago I was like, I don't actually think he's leaving. Why would he? Why would they let him leave as an organization first and foremost? That'd be the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. No, they capitulated to all his demands, and now it's his team.
Well, they have 4 outfielders for Gallo, 3 infielders. The whole left
Steelers should trade Joe. Isn't he a free agent, Hayden? That'll be 1-2 now.
This defensive alignment is
2 away here in the bottom of the first. Tigers lead 2-0 on a couple 2-out doubles. And now we're looking to see if they can hold their lead here and head to the bottom of the first, or top of the second. Fouls it away, 1-2 it remains.
Gallo, a couple times last year, did bunt down the third base line and pick up hits. Now, obviously,
hoping to make quick work of Mr. Gallo here. Overrated Yankees team. I think the Tigers are actually fundamentally better than the Yankees this year. Yeah, he did say goodbye to Pittsburgh. Yeah, go blue, go blue. They snuck by Tennessee. They're having a good run. Hopefully Michigan can beat Duke today. That'd be pretty cool. Or state, rather. Because, like, when it comes to college basketball, the more Michigan teams that go toward the finals, the better, right? Like I don't feel like the rivalry is as strong in basketball as it is in football between the two. And he struck his ass out. All right, what an inning for Scooball. Strikes out a couple Yankees, and Judge and Gallo gets Rizzo to lazily fly out to the shortstop. Good run, good run. All right, we'll go to the I forgot they do that in Tampa Bay. It's embarrassing that the Rays play in a city that most teams just consider their spring training destination. It's like the Rays showed up. It's like Montreal went down to Tampa for one spring training and went, yeah, we'll just have a team. We'll just stay. What? Yeah, we're just gonna play here now. We don't want to go all the way back up to that cold ass place. We'll just become Tampa Bay. They're like, well, I mean, what? Yeah, we'll be the Devil Rays now. I think that's what happened to the Expos. I'm pretty sure they just became the goddamn Rays. Or did they become the Nationals? I always get who became who mixed up. Which one's, or was it am I getting it completely backwards? Is that the Nationals story? And did the Rays just get to exist because, you know, they wanted another team down in Florida, I guess? Because it's that, or they just wanted a team in DC. I get them, for some reason, I get them wildly mixed up, and I have no real reason why. But top of the second coming up for the Tigers. It'll be some random guys batting. It's Harold Castro. Harold Castro, Victor Reyes, and Zach Short. A bunch of backup players. And a guy who might not make the roster. So if you're a Yankees fan, are Gios, Urshela, or Gary Sanchez anything to really worry about? I was more worried about Kindler, that fucking shortstop that they got from Texas, than they gave him to you guys. So I was pretty happy to see Kindler Falefa not play for the Twins, because I think he's actually going to be really good. So I do think you guys just picked up a great shortstop in Falefa, or Falefa, or whatever the hell his name is. And I do think his bat will come around too. Here's Harold Castro, strike one. It'll be Castro, Reyes, and Short for the Tigers, trying to add to a 2-0 lead in the top of the second. But it's 0-1 Severino to start it out. Willie? I don't know if Willie's going to be able to play much. 0-2. I don't even know if Willie Castro is going to make the team. Like, there's good shots that guys like Cody Clemens is a better middle infielder than him and could make the team if he plays a better spring. 1-2. Ball up a little high.
Starting behind today is Freitas, but you know they looked like they were planning for a platoon behind the plate. They were. Freitas, a veteran guy too, as well.
Inside ball four, or on pitch 4 it was way inside. 2-2.
Left-handed swinger.
Harold could make it as a backup because he actually can hit every so often. So but like Willie Castro to me just strikes it as a guy who might not even make the team. His defense is kind of bad. You know, there's just everything is kind of, you know. Harold has upside. Willie, I don't think really does. Like right now, if Willie Castro was batting, I'd be sure he'd strike out. Right now, I'm pretty sure this dude's about to go to left field with a single. Easiest fucking call I've ever made watching it, but he just went to left field with a single. Dude, Harold's just a way better hitter, you know what I mean? Short might make it because of super utility. But yeah, yeah, he might be a super utility guy that they keep. Because if I'm not mistaken, can't Zach Short also play out in the outfield if desperation calls? So like there's an actual value to a player like a Zach Short. That'll be a leadoff single though for Castro. Now up is Victor Reyes. He needs to have a good spring because Cameron could make the team over him as well. Cameron has a really good spring and this guy doesn't, and you'd probably keep Cameron as a backup outfielder. He been able to talk to the Yankees personnel and medical staff there. Yeah, Haas is also the backup catcher. His job is just secured. Haas isn't even a question of making the team this year. It's literally like, well, Haas is too valuable not to have on the team. Because you can't just go one catcher in baseball. That's silly. And Haas can play. Yeah, he can play left. He can play right. You have to have 7. Now, that was 8 years ago. Well, maybe not right. That's a little different.
The depth is so important.
Zach Short's up now.
Second rotation, just as important. Your second 5. Who's next in line?
1 out, 1 on. Top of the second. 2-0 Tigers lead.
Starting pitching in your organization is so important.
Strike 1.
Possibly going to be sort of become more important than the last few years because there's roster limitations as we get into the season. Just stinks that Willie Castro just can't play baseball anymore for some reason. That'll be a bit inside. It'll be 1-1 rather. Sorry.
No pun intended, because again, a guy like Garrett Cole, who's a workhorse, if you can get 5 innings out of him on opening day, you might be doing well.
Yes, something to really pay attention to early in the season.
Yeah, it's going to be pitching. There's a lot of teams that are considering going like 6 starters for like the first month of the season. And I think the Tigers should utilize Tyler Alexander in a kind of similar role to start the year off. Garneau? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I keep forgetting that our coach does like to have a multitude of catchers on the roster, so. Oh, good piece of hitting there. An Adam ball. Good piece of hitting, but it was right at a receiver or at an outfielder. It'll be 2 away. Good 2-strike hitting. Gave it a ride out to right field, so can't be mad at it. Went with the pitch. Just unfortunately, it was what it was. Now up is Robert Grossman. New player. He's Robbie Grossman's little brother. Believe it or not. They also have a third brother named Roberto Grossman. And then they got a 4th older brother who's older than Robbie named Rob. Oh, that might be gone. Yeah! It's 4-0 Tigers. Let's go. Double up the lead. Let's go. One of the 4 Rob brothers. All right, 4-0 Tigers. Absolutely murking the Yankees to start off this game. Doing them dirty. He fucking that was just gone. Yeah, that's not a spot you want to throw a left-handed hitter. Like, I don't know what the hell that was. The ball it was going like in on a lefty. Like, see the difference of like having it trail away from a lefty? Good. Having it go into a lefty and down, their swings are like manufactured to hit those pitches. Like, think about the way a lefty swings. It goes down, it hits like a down and it pulls it out. Like, it's just watch. See, like, watch when Baddoo swings. You see why it's not a good idea to hit that spot with the lefty. You know? The head of their bat goes through that specific spot almost on every one of their swings. 1-1 though for Baddoo. What's up, Gerald? How you doing, man? Yankees are stacked. Yeah, like usual. They have a great team, but Tigers are probably better. Ah. Should have let that go. That was way too low. It's all right. Tigers double up their lead, make it 4-0 Tigers. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second coming up. It'll be Stanton, Torres, and Kiner Falafa. It'll be Isaiah batting third, new Yankee. Once one of the greatest members of the Minnesota Twins was traded away. Oh, happy belated birthday. Truly, he was the best player on the Twins for most of this season. Now the Twins are poverty. They have no good players. They have an overrated player who cheats and, cries about Derek Jeter for some reason. Doesn't understand the context of Derek Jeter's great career. Is jealous of Derek Jeter's great career because he's not, considered as good as Jeter. Yeah, I don't understand the move. But, the Marlins aren't exactly, destroying their team anymore. So I guess I kind of do actually get it. But, it seems like him and Chris Bryant are just going to be traded in 3 months anyway. It's well, why did you guys choose to even go the fuck to those places? What? Chris Bryant, there ain't no way that lasts more than 5 months. He's going to be demanding a trade by July 13th. He's going to be like, I got to get out of here. I didn't realize it was this bad. I think Trevor Story is a Red Sox fan, isn't he? Wasn't that his favorite team growing up or some shit like that? And I hate to break it to you, but the Red Sox are a very popular baseball team to people who like them. And if you got a shot to go play for your favorite team and it happens to be a team like the Red Sox who are actually pretty good, and arguably you could be a missing piece for them. It's kind of hard to not go be that guy.
The frustration builds. So
listen to the Yankees cry.
A lot of time on our hands. A lot of time.
Strike one to Stanton.
Get that process going. And it's a matter of executing when we need to.
Juan Carlo looking super grumpy in a spring training game for no reason. 1-1.
The stated goal for the Yankees, of all the players,
this dude looks like he hates the game of baseball when he's batting because he's like, man, if I get hit in the hands one time, I'm going to fucking hit somebody. If I get hurt, I'm going to be so fucking... Imagine being as good and big and powerful as he is without probably using steroids, but, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing with him. Look at him. And every time the baseball hits you, it shatters a part of your body because you're a glass cannon. And he strikes out. Looking 1-0. Look. Oh, that was absolutely nasty. Sheesh. Wins MVP. Oh, that's Javier. You spelled Javier Baez weird.
Consistent in his demeanor and his attitude.
So on a way, that's going to bring up Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber Torres is up now. Hit 260 last year with 9 home runs and 51 RBIs in 127 games.
Moved away from shortstop.
It'll be ball 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. 4-0 Tigers lead. Tigers have teed off on Severino so far. That'll be ball 2.
Is he the guy who hit 38 home runs, or is he the guy who hit single-digit home runs, or is it somewhere in the middle?
That is the question. A 2-time All-Star already early in his career.
Your Cubs play the Dodgers.
Back to second base also puts DJ LeMahieu.
Go Clubs. Who are the Clubs?
Utility guy. Is he going to be in the lineup on opening day?
I don't know who your favorite team is, JJ, because you just say Go Clubs. I don't know who that is. So, sorry to let you know. They walked him for some reason. Yeah, I don't know who the Clubs are. That's not an actual team in baseball, JJ.
He said he said we have, let's say, 9 position players if you include the DH. He said, tell me one guy who's out, and I can tell you how you get DJ in.
All right, here's Kiner Falafa.
Somebody's not going to start on opening day. Everybody wants to start.
What's up, Max? I'm trying to figure out who the Clubs are. I'm trying to figure out who JJ... Oh, Cubs. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no L in Cubs. Well, there's always an L in Cubs. It's they're the Chicago Lubs.
Gold glove at second base.
Can't win a World Series.
Backup shortstop's probably Glaber, I guess.
He can play first.
Well, I mean, technically they do got one now.
The fact
So
that Stanton so seamlessly
they got that one
transitioned to
in
the
100
outfield last
years.
year, that gives him some DH spots.
Oh shit, that'll be a base hit.
It's a base hit.
That might get the runner over to third,
It's Torres, the
and runner gets to third.
base hit for Kiner-Falefa, and
That's not good. Now it'll be runners at the corners, one away in the bottom of the second. The Yankees are showing a little life, not exactly ideal. Now up it'll be.
When he was in the bleachers as a
See,
kid,
that's why I didn't want Kiner-Falefa on the Twins, because I know he can hit like that.
genuine emotion shown by him.
I'm so glad they sent those other guys to Minnesota over him.
So far in this ring, he's
The minor league Guardians beat the starting White Sox yesterday 11-2. Ooh,
have you had a chance
Tigers winning this division by a lot then, huh? Imagine losing to the Guardians, though.
When he found out he was going to be a New York Yankee, the first thing he thought about is, man, I
Cringe.
wonder what roll call is going to be like and how they're going to handle my last name. We'll have to wait a little bit to see that. But he was in the bleachers. He said the first time he went there, it was the first time.
It'll be in Chiarte.
Magnitude. He was quiet throughout the whole thing. Didn't know what to expect. Just really taking it all in. The second time he went there, he said he was having a blast. He felt comfortable. He was cheering. He was getting involved.
But it is
in
ball
everything.
one.
He saw probably about 14 games.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Indians losing every game.
Which was Mariano Rivera's 400 save.
They're not gonna get it. Oh, he got it, and it's not deep enough to get the run in. Ain't no way. Oh shit, they airmailed it.
The throw is over the head of everybody, allowing
What the hell?
Kiner-Falefa to move to
Akil Baddoo just airmailed the shit out of that, but they prevented the run from scoring. It was ugly, and in a real game, they might have scored the runner from third. But now they have to deal with both runners are in scoring position. Kiner-Falefa went back to first and stayed there, and he took second base on the throw home.
interesting. That is
So good base running over by Kiner-Falefa, but you know they keep the running to keep it 4-0 Tigers. Runners at second and third, kind of a bad throw by Baddoo. Got to get that down. Keep it on the line.
allowing
There's a saying you want to keep it on like a 10-foot rope above the ground. That's what you're supposed to imagine. That there's a 10-foot barrier above where you're throwing it, and if it goes higher than that, it'll bounce out, and you know, like there's a 10-foot thing, and you want to keep it in between a 10-foot window on throws. Oh fuck, that's gone.
high fly ball, left
Oh wait, maybe not. It might be foul.
and the wind takes it and takes it into the seats.
It is foul, and it wasn't a home run. I thought he, I thought he hit a home run.
What a day, huh?
gorgeous.
What do I think about the Story pickup? Isn't he the guy that can't hit from outside of the Coors Stadium in Colorado? Or whatever the hell they call their stadium these days? Like, Story's got the, like, real sketchy outside of Colorado numbers in terms of hitting. Like, he even strikes out a shitload outside of Colorado. That's strike two. Oh. Really? All right, ball one, I guess.
Seems like every spring training game here since this.
What's up, Rocky? How's it going, man?
1996 has
Did
been
you guys win yesterday? What's the game looking like for you guys today? I know you're a Braves guy. 0-0 against Philly. Philly's weird. We're up 4-0 though. We're absolutely smoking these frauds. 2-1 now. Kind of a couple bad pitches by School. Well, that was a bad pitch. The second one should have probably been a strike. They looked a lot closer than what's up there. Peraza is batting for the Yankees right now with 2 on. Runners at second and third. 2 outs here in the inning. Tigers trying to get away with a. They're trying to keep their 4-0 lead.
Which was, I mean, we get mail in Fort Lauderdale. Like, we're there for 2 months.
Here's the pitch. 1-2. Or 2-2 now.
Yeah, you joined the team in '95, so you never really had Fort Lauderdale.
Never did Fort Lauderdale.
Screwball is my fave Tiger. He's going to be a strikeout master. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
St. Lucie with the Mets.
Oh, you tied with Tampa? No, we tied too. It happens.
Steinbrenner Field here.
Spring training can be weird.
1996.
Yeah, I think Screwball is going to be a high striker guy. I think he needs to get this. If he could strike this guy out here, this would be ideal.
Second and third for the Yanks, bottom of the
Hit it low, and on that outside corner, he's going to miss. Got him. There, great pitch. Great job.
We'll get an angle and make the play, and that will do
That's exactly where he needed to throw that pitch. That you see where that 5 was? That was a strikeout. Great pitch. Great pitching there. That was an easy call to throw it at that fucking toward the bottom of that corner. Baez, he did. Yeah, he got I think he had an RBI double. Yeah, Baez had an RBI double today. It's muted because it's a commercial break. Yeah, he doubled in Grossman, and then Torkelson he singled him in. So Scooball, yeah, he was good at the end of last year. He just had a rough start as a rookie. Yeah, Mets fans just they're waiting for some bad shit to happen. They're spending $300 million on their team, and it's eesh. But I mean, Rocky, this is like a minor playoff team. They very well could get in. Am I worried about Minnesota? Only if they start playing good again. Like, because if we remember Minnesota of 2 years ago, like, they were a really good team, and then last year they sucked, and it made absolutely no sense, right? Like, they still have that same basic team put together. So I have really no idea what to expect out of the Twins. If I'm being very honest, they're the hardest team for me to figure out. Because, I mean, in theory, they should be good, right? Like, they've been good prior to last year. And then last year, they could not fucking hit at all. So I don't really know what happened. They're like the only team that started hitting worse once every pitcher got busted for cheating with the pine tar. They always find pitching, though. They're one of those teams that always have, like, a good set of pitching. Like, they're a weird team. Swap minor arm for Amir Garrett. When the Royals get Amir Garrett? When the fuck did they do that? What up, Bat Boy? That happened today? Jesus, dude. Everybody went with the Royals. They suck. Last week. Doesn't seem like it was as big a deal as it should have been, huh? Baez is up now. It'll be Baez, Candelario, and Torkelson for the Tigers against Wandy Peralta. The Mets get injured a lot. Mets can't stay healthy. Twins don't have any pitching. Yeah, that's probably going to be their downfall. If they can hit, though, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure getting Correa should help, but I don't know. AL Central is a rapidly good division, though, I would say.
Used to go up one stairwell to get to the family section, and just so happened.
Royals are depending, though, it feels like, on a lot of older arms, like getting like guys like Greinke back, Garrett, who's a little older. It's like, well, weren't you guys supposed to have a bunch of like really ace young pitching? Those are like top line starters, you know. So that's a little interesting. Like the Tigers probably wouldn't have signed Pineda if they have Spencer Turnbull not recovering from AC, you know, Tommy John. So Sonny Gray and Dylan Bundy are better than Barrios and Medea. Yeah, I agree. I actually think the Tigers are done. They made the announcement the other day that they're done making moves for their team. 0-2 quickly on Baez, and he strikes out looking. I don't really know what he was looking for, but that was a weird at bat. Baez just, I don't know, maybe he just didn't, maybe he wasn't ready for the pitch, or. He didn't do anything. He just didn't even move. He just watched him. He almost looked at the guy like, "Why'd you throw it so early? I wasn't ready." I don't know. That maybe, I don't know. This guy looks like he pitches fast.
You have not changed. Your look is the exact same.
I'm for it, though. Fuck it. I like guys like that. That's how I work. Candelario's out on one pitch. 2 away here in the top of the third. 4-0 Tigers still.
Now I have a spring training question for you guys.
I have the Tigers winning anywhere from 85 to 90 games.
Why are there so many day games and early reporting for spring training?
And it could be between 80 to 90 games. That's probably the window I'll put him at, is somewhere in 80 and 90, between 80 and 90. But I don't think they'll go up over 90. I don't think they're that good.
That's how the season goes.
It'd be nice to see a torque ding.
You know, you play a lot of night games.
Yeah, Chase, congrats on getting Story. I hope the rumors of him not being able to hit outside of Colorado are exaggerated.
David, somebody told me that they
That's where I have him, somewhere in that range. But I tend to go with the wider range, just in case they win like 83 games.
They were just not rested then.
Ah,
It's like a nice easy inning for Peralta.
everybody just got out really quick. That was a 6-pitch inning for Peralta. Let's go to the bottom of the third now for the Yankees. It'll be the bottom of the order, Freitas, then Freitas. I don't know how to say that. Then it'll be Rizzo, top of the lineup. So it'll be 9-1-2, 9-1-2. The catcher, Rizzo, and of course Aaron Judge. Are you all risen? Have you all rose? As Yankees fans say. To be honest, I don't think Chicago may not do any better than they did last year because all they did was improve bullpen, not their lineup. Yeah, they didn't really need to do much for their offense, though. I mean, in all honesty. But yeah, the AL Central around them got a lot better, minus the Twins in pitching. So we'll see if they are able to deal with that. Plus, like Detroit, when they got some lefty hammerers in guys like Andrew Chafin, which will really help late game against the lefties. Yeah. I don't know if Scooball's going to pitch to third. He probably will, though. Yeah, Tigers have a great shortstop defensively. And that's more what I'm concerned about than the offense. If he comes out and he can hit anywhere from 260 to 280, I'll be very happy with Baez. Even if he dips down to 255, I don't give a shit as long as his defense is as good as I know it can be, which is one of the best defenders in baseball. Like, it's not even like a thing. To me, it's like, we have a guy up the middle that is so solid defensively now, I don't give a shit about how bad his offense can be. Like, that, it's like, see, I have an excuse meter. Like, the better you play defense and the often you can contribute somewhat on offense, and that's to me is like hitting 255 or above, whatever about the rest, especially if you can hit like 20 home runs, beautiful. Then I don't care how much you can strike out every out you make. I don't care. The way his WAR is so high, dude. Baez's. I think the Indians are gonna the Guardians are gonna get rid of him. I think they're trying to find. I've been hearing from Max that the Guardians are kind of trying to trade him. They're trying to find a market for him. But that's again, kind of he's a doom and gloom Indians fan right now. Or a Guardians guy.
Start to use the batting practice blue top. Gregory Soto will take over for Scooble.
Oh, Soto's pitching now. First game for the spring for Soto.
4-0.
So Scooball leaves the game. He does pretty well. Let's see Soto. Bottom of the third, Freitas. Yep. Soto's in. He threw a strike. With Durham, he played 16 games, hit 245, 3 homers, and 8 RBIs. Here's a pitch. Ball 1 down low. 1-1 now. What the hell? Wasn't the first pitch called a strike?
It'll be 9-1-2 in the Yankees order.
No, you don't really want people to go 9 innings in their first start, man. I guess it's ball 3. I don't really know what the actual count is. It's either 3-1 or it's either 3-0 or 2-1.
Talk about all the time that this is television. We don't have to talk all the time, right? It's they can see the pictures and
it's different. I'm used to talking a little bit. I can talk too much at times, but you're right. Sometimes baseball's a patient game.
We were talking about this
earlier. All right, I guess it's 3-1 or 2-2.
Shifts. How difficult is it to go the other way? Paul O'Neill said if you can hit, you should be able to do that.
It's extremely difficult, especially now with where the game is going.
Hey, what's up, Charles?
Driven,
Michigan beat Tennessee yesterday. And that'll be a ground ball hit over to shortstop. Zach short and 1 away.
play pepper. You see guys down on the chalk line.
And Howard Comfort, Tennessee basketball player, who I forgot his name, was crying since he felt.
You know, and coming up, if you had back
Oh, Howard comforted a player. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
average, that means you put the ball in play. You were a tough out. You took pride in being a tough out. So now with the way the game is transitioning,
There's two sides of Juwan Howard. There's the side where he attacks, and then he loves. He's a man of dual. He's a duality type of guy.
Important to make sure DJ LeMahieu gets 500 at bats. We love seeing the long ball and the homer.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, that was a great moment. Very classy bat flip.
Rizzo takes a strike.
That's a great point. Trying to find that balance, right? Between obviously everybody wants.
Yeah, it was a good bat flip.
With authority, ground balls.
I don't like how much these broadcasters are up the Yankees' ass, so I'm not really gonna. I'm gonna pop my earphone out.
It's hard to get hits on the ground, but at the same time, how do you?
Hopefully the audio mix is good for everybody. It'll be 0-2 for Rizzo.
Well, that's what I love about the game too.
I think I've been watching for like a year now. I remember I used to stream Tigers last year. I'm the guy that used to make those accounts.
A trend of, we want to see the long ball.
Oh, for sure, man. Are you doing good?
Those big leverage
I didn't know you were a Braves fan, though.
You want a guy who can get a guy in with less than 2 outs, and you're not seeing that as much, and you hear a lot of complaints about it come playoff time.
Swing and a miss as Rizzo down on strikes.
And that'll be another strikeout here. That'll be 2 away. Good pitching so far by Soto, carving up Yankees left and right. Shink. Now up is Aaron Judge.
6 weeks is too long, but it's just enough time for the pitchers. Is this too short?
Well, the Braves are also a very cheap organization that don't like to pay players a lot of money.
The pitchers nowadays, a lot of them
like they'll pay players. Like it's not like they're cheap. They just don't like to pay what Freddie Freeman was looking for.
Keep themselves ready to pitch.
They like to get the good players who are like extremely into like team loyalty and shit, and will take like major contract cuts. The Braves play the Tigers around May. Oh, that should be a good series. Dan Dickerson and Jim Price were up in Cabrera's ass in a good way, even though he was on the decline. Yeah, that was a weird time when people were shitting on Cabrera, Andrew.
I've always said you can't simulate a spring training game. You do all that.
Oh, they were positive on him. Yeah, no. Dickerson's always been a big Cabrera guy. I get what you mean, though.
Your body reacts totally different.
19 games, Cameron. Is that enough time to get?
Yeah, like the Braves use guys like Chipper Jones as like a reason why people should be like,
who's been putting in work, and you got to see
be like Chipper, and like be a Brave for life for less money. We're Atlanta Braves. Yeah, Henry Aaron played with us. Yeah. And they do have a good legacy, a good rich history in baseball. So there is that for them. It's the same reason why players might play for the Yankees or the Red Sox or one of the Chicago teams, Red Sox, the Tigers. When a team has a rich history, it's easier to get players to buy into like your shit, especially when you have more money on top of it.
In the U.S., where after the season is over, these guys go back and they take a week off and they're right back on the field playing. So I think we're starting to look at it a little bit differently as far as preparation.
Like if you're the Diamondbacks, you ain't got no history. Well, we had Randy Johnson. He blew a bird up one time. Was he on your guys' team when he did that? I think he was a Yankee when he did that, actually. Yeah, Grossman fucking first doubled, and then he got a leadoff single, then he comes up in the second at bat, hit a monster shot home run off Severino. Nice to see, things you like to see.
Couldn't get out of the way of that. Or did he?
Yeah, I think that hit Judge, or did it hit the ground?
Looks like he's staying there.
Spring training hitters want to hit.
Exactly. There's a story the other day where the umpire
actually it didn't hit Judge. Okay. Almost hit Judge.
You want to take that hit back?
I love that. That's the old Albert Bell model,
Or if it did, it glanced off his foot.
You can see that Judge wanted to stay in the box, but the umpire.
Oh, it hit him. Really? That actually hit him? Yeah, I don't know why the Tigers play so good against good teams. It has to just be like something about having super talented rookies like supercharges them when they play the good teams. where they have to feel like, all right, this is it. And, you know, so, but like when they play like a bad team, they're like, we are about to beat the dog shit out of these losers. And then that was happening to the Tigers all last season, by the way. You would almost see it after they'd go play the Astros. They'd come out of that series with their fucking chest stuck out. And then they'd get beat by the Royals in 3 straight games by a combined score of like 21-0. And then it's like, well, dude, what did you idiots learn, huh? You got to take every opponent as serious as you do a team like the Yankees or the Astros or the Red Sox. You know, you can't just go bullshit around against bad teams. You got to play them just as hard, if not harder, because they're trying to do the same thing we are doing. You know, beat the good teams, upset the good teams, be a thorn in the side of the good teams. They'll learn that. That's a maturity thing. That's a sign of a good young team, I always say.
Crowd the middle of the field and theoretically be on the left side of the bag.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the Tigers would have been a playoff team last year if they won 5 or 6. I think if they literally win 7 games more in April than what they did, they're literally a playoff team. It's a really embarrassing because they started 9-18 in April last year. Favorite players are Freeman, Acuna Jr., Dansby Swanson, Ozzy Albies. So you're just a Braves fan, Gerald. I think Grossman will be remembered fondly as a Tiger. Yeah, I think so. I think people like him. He's a fan favorite. 2-2 now after the foul ball. Runner at first, 2 away for the Yankees in the bottom of the third. It is Gallo up to bat right now. Judge is aboard after a ball skipped off the ground and barely contacted his foot, but I guess that's a hit by pitch. Probably shouldn't have been a hit by pitch, but it is what it is. Can't touch the precious Yankees.
It really is. I think to that point.
Aaron Judge started crying. He literally, there's a big brown stain on the back of Aaron Judge's pants after he got hit, I'll be honest. You could even mouth out the words that he said, I made a boom boom. I'm so glad the shift's going away. Even though we've utilized it a few times in the spring so far rather successfully. I fucking hate the shift.
You're going to see guys like Joey Gallo, his average, I think, is going to go up. I think it's going to help.
Because at the same time, I'm like, well, why does Aaron Judge have to run in a baseline now? That doesn't seem very fair. If there's no arbitrarily set positioning, why the hell is there arbitrarily set baselines? Like, I've never had a good response to that, and some people try and tell me it's somehow different. It's like, really? There's no defensive alignment, so why is there offensive alignment force? All right, good pitching by Soto to get out of that. It's always defensive rules, and it's always rules that prevent offense that are like allowed and overlooked. But if there was something that could help offense, like eliminating base pass, then no, that's an egregious separation of the rules. That would be too crazy. Like, but the way I look at it, I'm like, there's literally no third baseman on that play. There was no third baseman down that line. How is that even remotely fair if we're not going to have anybody? Why does Judge have to run in a straight line down to second base now? Why can't he cut up the middle of the infield and then diagonal his way back to second? Why can't he go like this? Like, what's the big deal? It's just good strategy to run out of the baseline. To me, it's mainly on the arbitrariness of it all. It's like, well, what? That's why I'm for the shift being banned or at least severely limited, because there's no equivalent move on offense that they could make. Like, there's no fairness to that move. It's literally just like, well, you better hit against the shift. It's like, well, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's a dumb thing. That's just like overtly helping like the defense and the pitching and kind of just saying, oh, well, sorry, offense, adapt or die. You know, like, that feels like silly. Like, it's not a good way to play a game. Like, it's that just feels like giving one side a huge advantage and being like, well, that's how it is. It's already impossible to hit a baseball. Why they take the starters out? Well, because they're still warming up. A lot of these guys haven't thrown 95 miles an hour in an actual game situation since like, what is that, like October? The end of September. Their arms need to get warmed up. But you don't want to overstretch them or overstress the arm. 30, 40 pitches is probably all you need him to throw, and then get him out of there. You lead up to more pitching, you know. You don't want to just have them go throw 100 pitches in their first run.
4-0 Tigers over
To me, that would be bad on the arms.
Barnhart will start it off.
Especially now that we know a lot more about, like, arm health and arm sit, like, all that stuff. I don't think there's any reason to over-pitch anybody in the spring. Luce? I don't know how to say this guy's last name. It's kind of goofy. It'll be Barnhart, Castro, and Reyes. 7, 8, and 9 for the Tigers. That'll be a weak ground out yet again. Oh, foul ball. Is he out or is it foul?
And that's what happened. Count 0-1. Cameron, we mentioned
I'm not really sure what that was.
You're in pretty good shape. Now, we're thrilled that you're up here. Why didn't you want to play anymore?
I looked in the mirror one day and I saw a few grays going underneath my chin. And so I thought at 34 it might, you know, I was aging kind of quick. You know, I look good on the surface, but the grays really scared me.
White Sox? We'll see. I don't know. White Sox are going to be hard.
After the year that I had with the Yankees,
1-1.
I was really excited about going into the offseason. I wanted to sign back here, and then I proceeded to get 22 minor league offers. You know, we know the game has been through some conversations of collusion, and I felt like I
one away here, or no outs here is the leadoff guy. My bad.
So I just decided,
and that'll be a foul ball, 1 and 2.
Extremely difficult for me to go down there and take a
I guess we'll figure out what the White Sox are truly made up of.
You know, I'm used to being on the field, and the only thing that matters is winning. So taking that, you know, who cares if we win, as long as I get my mentality, really kind of affected how I feel like I played last year. And then just trying to decide, did I want to go through a whole being a minor league deal type of guy, or, you know, knowing that I still can be a productive big leaguer. So that's when I got with you. I decided I wanted to learn from the best, come team up with you and Coney, Meredith, you know, a great team, and give my shot at something else. So that's why I'm here, and I'm loving it right now. I love not walking back to the dugout, head down, fans watching me strike out. I don't miss that at all, Coney. What do you got?
We got a 2-2 count. Here's a pitch. Down low, ball 3. Top of the 4th here. Leadoff hitter now has a full count. Good start to the good little battle back here by Barnhart. No, they don't start off good in the seasons. Typically, no, they don't. The Tigers, I have my own theory about Hispanic and Latin players, how they don't really play that great in the openings this season, because of, especially in the northern cities, due to the fact that it's so fucking cold. I don't think their bodies will work as good as just because, like, so, okay, imagine your whole life, all right, you're 20 years old, 21 years old, you're going to make the majors for the first time in your life. This very well could be your second, third, or maybe even first summer or spring exposed to temperatures that aren't like 90 degrees already, because you're from the Dominican Republic, where I don't think it gets that cold. Or like you're from Venezuela, where it maybe gets like 50, 60 degrees, and you're not playing baseball in that weather anyway. No, man, they're so Latin like influenced on the Tigers. Dude, these guys just play bad at the start of the season. It's like a league-wide thing with these dudes. By mid to late April, they all start like slowly increasing their numbers. Look at Miguel Cabrera's starts. He always started off bad. By the end of the season, he's hitting like 340. It's just, it is what it is. Cold weather sucks. My body doesn't work good in the cold. Like, it fucking gets slower. My hands don't open as well as they should. Now imagine you have really no exposure or way of like mentally dealing with the cold other than throwing on as many layers as physically possible and praying that the cold stops soon. It's just, that's what they had to do. Like, some of these guys have to deal with. That April block of games is the worst shit ever for some of these dudes. 2 away here after the ground out by Castro. Now up is Reyes with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. 4-0 Tigers lead, though.
Start something new.
That would be different.
That'd be different.
But I also think that that's true for almost every player. I don't think any baseball player likes the cold.
And that brings up Victor Reyes.
Just more pronounced in guys who aren't used to it. Now up is Reyes. Is it cold up there in Michigan? It's 52 degrees. It's getting warm. It's not. I mean, it probably would feel really warm if I went outside, but I'm also like, it's only 52 degrees. It's fucking cold. So in my head, I'm like, it's still pretty chilly. But like everyone else is walking around in t-shirts and shorts up here, because in the north and in the Midwest, the minute that bitch hits over 45, everybody's busting shorts out. They got t-shirts on. I'm like, you do realize it's still very cold, right? Like, I'm walking around in my winter clothes still. Everyone else is looking fucking, they got their winter shit. They got their summer gear on. They're like, I might go hop in the pool later. Like, I'm fucking warm. Take a nice ice cold fucking swim. I hate that. I hate that about the Midwest. But I mean, it is so bitterly cold for, I don't know, 3 months. 50 degrees is pretty nice. It does feel nice.
He made sure to put on a hit and run for me my first at bat the next game against the Rockies. He told me, he said, Nate, you got one pitch.
I quickly adjust though. Like I quickly adjust to weather though, so it's like I'll go outside and for like 35 minutes I'll be like, oh, it's really nice, and then it'll kick into my body and go, nah, it's only 52 degrees. It's really cold. You need it to be 70 plus. And I'll go, oh, you're right. 68. That'd be where I'd be finally comfortable taking hoodies off and taking my hat off. I'd be comfortable at that. Another full count here in the 4th inning with 2 away.
He was in a great mood before the game today. I don't know if you had a chance.
Yeah, St. Louis is probably awful cold till the summertime.
He feels good about this Tiger team. He thinks they're going to be very good.
The Midwest freezes over for several months, or for a few months, and then that gives you a reason to farm.
A lot of good changes. I think AJ was upset that they didn't even finish with a winning record last year. So I think that says a lot about the expectation he has.
Yeah, it's fucking awful in the Midwest in the summer. It goes from freezing cold to 98 degrees and humid real quick.
But he has high expectations, and they've put together a very, very.
Yeah, I know all about the heat. Trust me, and it literally it's bullshit. Because like Michigan is, a lot of people misunderstand. Like Michigan gets so fucking hot because we're surrounded by giant ass lakes and shit. Like so, it just kind of like bakes the internal parts of the state up. And not to mention, there's a number of like large lakes and rivers in Michigan. So we're kind of just in this. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. We're in this weird, just kind of like baking territory where it just gets very humid very quickly. So I probably actually have an idea of how hot it gets in the South with the humidity. Michigan has terrible humidity. It's the worst type of heat, but I like all heat. It's kind of like that, but like I'd prefer dry heat like in Colorado and in the desert.
3-2. So 15 years
my body reacts really good to dry heat. Some people don't. Some people get fucked up out in dry heat. Their nose starts bleeding and shit. I'm like, ugh. Happened to my friend Zach when we went out to Colorado and like Utah and stuff. He was having all problems with the dryness. Meanwhile, I was just waking up going, I've never breathed so clean in my whole life. I've never felt more at home and comfortable.
You were looking at my man cave the other day. I didn't tell you half of those jerseys are probably mine hanging up.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It's literally.
David had some of his jerseys stolen.
These Yankees fans are hyped the fuck out. I have the earphone out because it's so loud right now. But to be fair, this is like an 11 pitch at bat, I think, coming up. So that right now, this would be a really hype moment at a spring training game with Reyes. And he makes contact this time, and it's a foul ball. Pitch 12 coming up. Count remains full.
It was worth the price of admission.
Where'd that hit? Must have just hit foul or something.
Yankees defense playing Reyes straight up, 2 outs.
Bro, yeah, Yankees fans are the best.
Fourth inning, Tigers 4, Yankees nothing.
Here's the pitch.
Rip foul.
This is one of those
Another foul ball. We'll have pitch number 13 coming up.
You know, you kind of walk back to the dugout and you feel
What a long at bat here for Victor Reyes. Pretty much just made it so this guy's only going to get to throw 1 inning. He's at 23 pitches.
And you want those in spring training.
Mans was cruising along on easy street prior to this.
Always trying to make sure I can have a quality at bat, and Victor Reyes.
He's like, well, this is easy. Here's pitch number 13. Flies out.
Fly ball right field, and that will do it. The Tigers go down in order 1, 2, 3.
What's you guys are winning by 3 runs? I have to mute it because it's going to a commercial break. Oh, you guys are up. What team do you root for? Oh, the Cardinals. That's right. Well, it's a commercial break. I'll unmute it as soon as possible. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be who the fuck is up? Stanton, Torres, and Kiner Falefa. Yeah. Sadly, the Cardinals are a bit overrated. Honestly, one of the worst teams in the Major League Baseball is the St. Louis Cardinals. They're afraid of success. In all honesty, it's pretty weird. 19 days. Oh, the start of baseball. Hey, we're up to 17 likes. I appreciate that, you guys. Very, very kind. We're like just a few likes away from the overall goal of trying to hit about 20 per stream. So I appreciate you. Very, very kind. Can I explain to you why? Oh, because the Cardinals are mid. Because I said so. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do really quick. This thing is way the fuck too loud.
Cameron Maben right here will join me again for the call on Yes and streaming live on the Yes app.
Game is back on. It'll be Stanton to lead it off, I believe, unless they're pinch hitting for him now.
And the Tigers with 4, and they lead 4-0. Chase Anderson will be the third.
Chase Anderson into pitch for the Tigers.
See what he did last year with Philadelphia. 14 games, 9 starts. Perhaps too many walks. 20 walks in 48 innings, 35 strikeouts. That in the second inning.
Just checking a few things. Well, not bad. Strike 1. All right, that's good. All right.
You know, Cameron, you mentioned, earlier about when you decided to retire, you had like 20.
I don't know. The Tigers and Cardinals play each other pretty evenly, actually.
Offers and no big league offers.
They're pretty long-term rivals.
The collusion aspect of it, but it's funny that it's
You're back.
that level of players that kind of get squeezed out simply because you could find more affordable players that are younger that could maybe do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, that's why I'm also happy about what the players union was able to do. I think, what that does for the game is it makes teams, want to be competitive again. And you know, it definitely makes you take a second to look at how you construct your roster. So yeah, you know, it's a part of the game. Though it's been part of the game as you get older. You know, you're gonna find ways to have to try to stick around a little bit longer and do things, change your game and do things differently. So it's a part of it, you know. But I'm happy with what I was able to do for 15 years, you know, in the game. And hey, you know, I'm excited to see these young guys and what they're gonna do now.
There's Gleyber Torres, runner on first base. Stanton gets a base hit on that, although it went off the glove of Candelario.
That fucking ball would have roasted those people's lives. It was hit back so hard. There was like 3 dead people on that baseball. All of those people who nervous laughed are only nervous laughing because the fact that they know they almost just died. The way that sounded and the way that connected with the fucking thing behind home plate, that was a loud fucking ball. That was smoked backwards.
I think, you know, the thing about, you know, Michael is Cameron's career is, you know, when he broke in 2007, and then obviously all the way through last year, is that there's such big changes in the game. That I really
What do we got? 0-2 with the runner at first, bottom of the 4th. Tigers lead it 4-0.
It seemed like back in the early 2000s, guys were just pumping weights, you know, especially pitchers, and now there's a little more targeted training going on, and pitchers throwing weighted balls, and then players. The information that's available to you now, the scouting reports, the preparation before the games, and some of the changes you saw in your career, and some of the impressions.
1-2, tried to throw a chase pitch, no offer.
Absolutely right. You know, younger in my career, you saw a lot of big guys, strong guys, you know, heavyweight lifting before games, after games. And now you're starting to hear the conversations of flexibility, you know, like you said.
Welcome back, Kenny. Welcome back.
You move. A lot of those exercise and training that we did might not have suited your body or your makeup. And that's why I continue to say how much better.
Well, that's way too hittable of a pitch out with 2 strikes.
These guys are doing with their bodies.
That'll get 2 on, 2 nobody out. Not a good start to the inning for the Tigers.
It's really exciting to see how the game has changed. You know, the food in the locker room wasn't as healthy when we were coming up. You know, it's kind of get in where you fit in, but now, you know, you've got personal chefs coming in, and they're making you amazing 5-star quality meals. You know, it's going to, you know, continue to create longevity for these guys and put out the best product on the field. So I love how they're investing in the athletes now, and I think that's a big part of
Brian Garcia. Yeah, we'll probably get rid of him.
Teams and these organizations have put into
52
their investments, and that's these players to try to, you know, put the best product out there that they can.
There's kind of Falefa. First and second for the Yanks. Nobody out here in the 4th.
Oh, man. Wildly uncomfortable.
It also seemed like, Cameron, there was a big jump in velocity. A lot of more hard-throwing relievers over the course of the years of your career, and tougher to hit, it seems like. You know, you only face the starting pitcher a lot of times, maybe twice. And then the next thing you know, you got a parade of relievers throwing 95+.
Yeah, I remember there was a point in time when you used to really want to get to the bullpen. You know, we wanted to try to get that started out of the game because, you know, guys were trying to go 5-6 innings for one, and then 2, you knew
2-0.
The bullpen, there were only a handful of backing guys that were 97, 98, 99. You know, your mid reliever was probably, you know, low 80s to upper 90s. You know, he was a control guy. He could move the ball around. He'd give you some length in the game. But now it seems like from 1 to 13, you know, if a guy's not throwing 94,
2-1,
guys are running to the bat rack. You know, it's or the opposite. Under the hitting speed actually seems to work sometimes. You know, it seems like guys are getting more comfortable on hitting the fastball. Guys don't miss big league heaters anymore, and it's impressive to say that. And guys are throwing 94 to 98 miles per hour.
Here's the 2-1 from Anderson. And he fouls that one away. Keep it 2-2. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers still leading 4-0. Yankees up to bat though. Kiner Falefa's up to bat with 2 on.
A better athlete out there is why you're seeing, I think, such high ticks in velocity. You got things like drive line. These guys are really learning how to move efficiently. You know, where we used to go feel a lot. Now it's the field's kind of going out of the window because the numbers don't lie. So
2-2.
it's exciting to see how the game has implemented the young and old.
Uh-oh. Could be 2. They only get the lead runner. They get a runner at second. Nobody else. 1 away. But that leaves runners at the corner, so I guess a double play could technically, you know, alleviate all the pressure. No, he played DH. Kind of an ugly turn there by, who's that? Candelario? Yeah.
Good throw.
No, it was good. It's just probably a good idea to hold the ball there.
So there was no return. Yankees have runners on the corners with 1 man out. Here's Inciarte.
Inciarte's up. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Or, well, 1 away, so a double play could get him out of it, but I think they got too much speed with the situation right now. Here's the pitch. And popped it up, and it's out of play. Foul. 0-1 for Inciarte. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. 4-0 Tigers lead.
It's about playing for the tie down, Michael. You know, eat chicken fingers and just get a little workout in later.
Okay.
You know, you got to play for the tie. You know, I had McDonald's last night, workout this morning. I feel great.
You look good, too. Now, do you actually, I've been told by sources that you get up at 5 in the morning every day to work out?
I do.
You don't have to do that any longer.
It's just a habit. I'm a creature of habit.
When do you go to bed?
I get about 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Oh, wow.
4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I feel well rested to get up and get that lift in.
Not really relevant.
Runner goes. Throw to second.
Bad throw.
Here comes the runner from third. Lamar scores. It's a double steal. The Yankees are on the board with 4-1 Tigers.
Why'd they throw the ball down?
Absolutely love seeing, you know, different ways of creating a run. We always talk about waiting on that long ball, but these are things that I think the Yankees will have to do if they want to.
There was no reason to throw. Just pump the throw because that was an obvious run back down.
Teams in the division, they've got to figure out ways to create runs and not just wait for the long ball. And I love that.
That was almost too easy, right?
That was beautiful. Those things still work.
You get up at 4. Hell yeah, dab on him, haters.
Inciarte fouls it back.
Another thing you've seen a lot of this inning, contact.
1-1 though. Oh, 1-2 rather for Inciarte. 1 run in for the Yankees on some stealing bases, some clever base running, gets a run in. 4-1 Tigers lead.
Good things happen when you make contact.
Well, I mean, it is a Yankees broadcast that we're watching. So they're going to be pretty biased. Yeah, that'll be a base hit. That'll get a run in. The lead is cut in half. Let's see if we can stop him to second. And no chance. He's in with a double. Not the best pitching from Anderson so far. He's throwing very hittable 2-strike pitches. Let's see. This is like right over the middle of the plate. Yeah, that's just a terrible spot. I don't know. Some guy. Someone who's not making the team probably.
Just a little tickle. That's all you need.
Camp arm.
Great read. Great base running by.
This is the part of the game where it really just once you can see the Yankees. They're replacing every one of their batters with pinch runners so far. Like for example, let me show. Like Lamar's in now. Well, I think like those guys all stayed in. But this guy's already one of those guys that are a minor league guy. He needs to get at bats. I think he's in a similar boat, and they're trying to work on their like up the middle shit. That'll get the second out of the inning. Runner will tag, and he will get to third. All right, now up is Freitas with a runner at third, and it's already 4-2. Yankees trying to cut this to a 1-run game.
Injury history to Aaron Hicks. I think it's always nice to have a guy who can step in when you need, and I think it'll help him as well. He's also been a guy that's been playing.
No, that's because the Braves are poverty. I hate to tell you.
Not have to go out there every single day, but also give a guy.
Imagine losing to the Phillies. Couldn't be my team.
He can step right in and be a productive guy in this Yankees lineup, and again, a guy who's going to put together and have a great at bat.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Watch, he's big. We won the World Series. It's like, dude, you live in the past. It's 2022 now. What year did you win it in? Exactly. And give it up, dude.
Yankees had another signing today, trying to really get depth on their bench. And Marwin Gonzalez.
When was the last time the Braves were relevant? Exactly. Shut up. I don't even know why I'm being mean. That's just uncalled for. I'm sorry. That's smacked off of something.
It's extremely important. And adding a guy like Marwin, like you said, Michael,
That ball whipped off or whatever.
Essentially every position on the diamond.
Yeah, excuses, Braves fan.
Move everywhere, and he's a great athlete. And one thing he does, like
I don't know, Kenny. I don't know. Just some guy we signed to be a camp arm, probably a roster invitee or something. Or
and that's one of the values of Controversies because he can
an invitee to try out.
Carry 2 catchers, and if something happens, somebody goes down, he can easily seamlessly move behind the plate.
It is remarkable. How fast he is that he was actually catching.
See, he's like getting to like good counts. He's been like ahead of every hitter, but then he throws something like just some weird fucking 1-2 pitch.
Amazing athlete right there.
1-2.
Bounces it. It'll remain 1-2. Now, it'll go 2-2. Runner will stay at third.
Wow. I mean, this is a 50-footer. This is way in front of home plate.
See what I mean? Look at, dude. How sad is that? This dude's living in the past, dude. 2021 champs. Yeah, we know you won a World Series. We get it. What have you done recently? Exactly. What year? Like, seriously, what year is it? I don't know.
Really good defensive catcher.
Swing and a miss. Yankees get 2 runs. They lead 1 now.
See what I mean, guys? We all know how these types of people are. They like to live in the past. He probably still waxes poetically about having Freddie Freeman and shit. Short, Grossman and Baду, 9-1-2. 9-1-2 due up. It'll be Short, Grossman, and Badu. The glory days are over, man. Your time's coming past. It's been several months since you guys have been relevant, okay? Besides, it's a Mickey Mouse ring anyway. No one counts it. Didn't have to play the Dodgers, so it doesn't count. And not like in the actual playoffs, but like you have to play them in the World Series for it to count. So I'm fucking around. I don't know why you're getting. Are you actually getting upset? I'm sorry. I'm not actually meaning to be a dick. I thought I was just fucking around. What's up, Keith? Welcome back. Yeah, I pretty much am going to try to do most of the games. I'm sorry, Rocky. I won't do that anymore. I thought I was being funny. I apologize. 20 likes? Yeah, I appreciate that. You're very, very kind, everybody. We're going to the top of the 5th. Yeah, dude, I'm just playing around. All right, top of the 5th now. Finally out of that long inning of the Yankees batting.
Was nice enough, during the commercial break.
Yeah, I appreciate that. If who's ever left a like, I appreciate you very much. Very, very kind. Up to 20. Try to hit 20 every stream. We do like live reactions and things like that, so I appreciate it.
It gets easy up there. Don't forget how hard it is down here.
This is a year to really do some Detroit sports.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Aaron. We saw a little.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Tigers are about to be pretty good.
Some more speed on the team?
Yeah,
but we've been covering them for a little while, you know. Feels pretty good to have watched this team for a few years now, kind of just slowly develop.
Expect to steal a lot of bases, so and with this, short and ramp up, trying to strike that balance between, making.
Why is the Astros?
But also pushing the envelope.
Okay, so I have an honest question about that, right? So cheating or a cheating scandal invalidates the validity of the ring, right? It makes the World Series obtained invalid, correct?
sticking on Kiner the last couple of days, so until we get a real good nickname on him.
Ah, shit, that'll be the first out. 1 away, short, grounds out. Is that the charge we're leveling at the Astros, is that theirs doesn't count because they cheated?
The guys that you've acquired, they strike out at a lower percentage. They're more athletic. They have more speed. Obviously, that's a conscious effort, right?
Well, I mean, I think anytime you're trying to, you know, get skill sets. So sometimes. So
I have a question here. How serious do we want to make it that cheaters don't get to have a World Series ring?
We're trying to get the best players that kind of fit the roster.
If so, I think we have to go back and retroactively strip almost every team of their World Series rings. If they have a single player who tested positive for steroids, that team doesn't deserve to have a trophy for cheating. If they have a single player who did any form of, modifying the baseball with pine tar or, whatever pitchers do, they shouldn't be eligible to have a World Series. I mean, if you really want to turn on the slippery slope of cheating, then I think that we have to be serious about it and go back and strip any team that had a cheater on it of their titles. And that's the honest truth of the situation, I think, right? Like, sign stealing is a part of baseball, so I don't really care. Should the Astros have been punished for using, recording devices? Yeah, that's probably against the rules. That's probably a little too far. But, is it some grand conspiracy where the World Series doesn't count? It's as legitimate then as any other teams with with steroid users on it.
Try and protect guys along the way. Today is more of a.
So if you want to go back and strip every team that had a guy test positive for steroids on it of their rings, then yeah, I'm fine with you saying that the Astros don't count. Then you're being consistent. But if not, then you're just playing into whatever weird sports media narrative is out there. And I don't do that. I don't like that. Feels like scapegoating for an issue that the Red Sox and the Yankees were doing as well, and up to 12 other teams were doing. But hey, we had to punish the team that won. But again, it creates a slippery slope. What's up, Wyatt? How you doing, boss? I appreciate you subscribing. Yeah, the Astros counts to me. I don't understand that argument. Well, then none of the teams that had a steroid use, like the Yankees fucking World Series rings in the 90s don't count with how much steroids that team was on. Are you kidding me? Are we really going to count the steroided up Yankees of the 90s World Series if we're not going to count the Astros one World Series? So you can recover quicker, run faster, and hit the ball farther, which results in more direct runs, which is cheating. So you're fine with one form of cheating, just not that kind of cheating, which is not even really cheating. Zach Greinke last year would tell the batters what pitch he was about to throw before he threw it. I can tell you all day long, I'm going to throw a slider to you. I'm going to throw a 94-mile-an-hour slider right at your hands. The odds of you hitting it aren't very good. I'm just going to say that. You can know what's coming, and you still might not even hit it. I just personally think that the Astros took it way too far because they knew what pitchers were coming with the camera in center field. Yeah, I guess, but it's also does that really mean anything? Did they hit 1,000? Did they even hit 300 as a team? Did they hit 260 as a team? There's no evidence that it helps you to know what pitch is coming. To me, it's just one of those things where it's is it the biggest nonsense thing in baseball? If a guy throws 3 pitches, you should probably know what he's going to throw in a 1-2 count anyway, right? He's going to go probably off speed. And if he throws a fastball by you, that's... Oh, yeah, Faedo's pitching. I get, but see, I don't know, man. I don't care about cheating at sports.
Live pitching, and then hopefully by opening day, in a couple weeks, you're feeling good and ready to go. So that's just
something that we're not really used to. But
how does it compare? Because they're both cheating, right?
Do you typically have a number of how many at-bats you need to feel comfortable heading
They're
into
both
opening day?
cheating. How is it any different?
You know, it depends.
I shouldn't have to.
I'd say
I already said how they're the same.
50
They're both cheating.
You know, at least even
Both of
like
them are
50s,
cheating.
trying to, you know, 40 to
They're
50
both
at-bats
against the
usually
rules
is
of the
kind what
game.
we're
Otherwise,
supposed
they'd
to
be
do. I don't know if
perfectly
we can
permitted
get
to
that
do in
this
the
rate.
game. So tell me how they're any
I think
different.
around that number, you usually have a pretty good feel at the plate, and you can kind of.
I can tell again. I can provide you examples of Zach Greinke last season tipping his pitches to everybody, basically telling you what he was going to throw. And guys were striking out against him. Like, I can just show you examples of Astros players striking out. I can show you examples of what steroids did for baseball players. Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs in 1 year. So did like 3 other guys almost. You mean to tell me that that's not directly more cheating than whatever the fuck the hell the Astros were doing to hit 260 as a team in the playoffs, probably?
Of pressure and expectations, and you know, rightfully so. And you know, I was able to kind of reflect over the offseason, and I feel like I'm in a good place mentally. And
you can know what pitch is coming and not know not hit it. So the same logic goes for you, Gabriel.
Just like a 60 game.
You can know what pitch is coming and not be able to hit it. Like if Justin Verlander, Gabriel, told you he was about to throw a slider at you, you can magically hit it.
So focus on games. You don't really see every article written.
Like, think about what you're saying, dude. You're pretending like these guys can automatically hit a pitch just because they know it's coming.
And that's all I really focus on. You know, you're gonna struggle and whatnot, but you know, I think we have so many.
I bet you they weren't, because I've literally seen from Astros players or from Astros fans. No, they weren't. They actually did better on the road compared to when they were at home. Like, I wish Trey was here, because he'd be like, I have a guy who already knows these numbers, and I could very confidently rely on him. Didn't they hit better at home or on the road? One away at second.
It's a great question. Yeah. I've been trying. It's only been 28 years.
What's
so
up, T?
Let's see if this is the year. But you know, I mean, you know, I'm a unique player, not necessarily.
Hey, what's up, Jared? How you been?
But you know, I've always been.
I don't know, man. To me, it's like, yeah, both are cheating, but you're not really explaining to me how one's any worse and one's any better. By the way, I'm completely fine with steroids in baseball, and I'm fine with people stealing signs. I'm pro-cheating. I don't think it really impacts the game that much. I hate to tell you this. They're cheating right now. There's a new meta of cheating that we don't know about that's going on right now that we just don't know about.
This 2022 season coming up, what are you most
Because
looking forward
you
to?
want to know when I figured out about the secret sauce they were using on baseballs or heard rumblings, like 2009? They didn't get busted doing that till 2021. So they were using roids in the early 90s, and they didn't get busted till the mid 2000s, because that's when they started testing for HGH.
To get a full season under my belt, and kind of show the New York fans that I'm a little bit better than I think they might have saw last year.
I think cheating, it's whatever. There's nothing you do. Baseball and cheating are linked together. But I'm still trying to figure out
very up front. He did not have the season that he wanted.
How people can say the Astros shouldn't have their title and then defend steroid-using baseball teams in the same breath. Like, they're both cheating. They're the same. You defrauded the game of baseball. Right, that's your charge on the Astros, so why are you not? Oh, it'll be a bad throw. God damn, I hate our middle infield. That'll get a run in. It's 4-3. God damn, this team has such bad defense up the middle. Who is that loser?
Well, it's certainly been talked about.
I hate this team's defense.
You know, the athleticism, being able to move, make things happen.
Every one of our middle infielders is so bad at baseball.
He can still drop 40 home runs and do what he does and get on base 35 or more % of the time.
Blah.
That still rules today. Home runs still very much.
All right, runner at first, one away, bottom of the fifth with a 4-3 score.
Goes a long way to tell the story about how the Yankees are going to do this year. So Joey Gallo does what Joey Gallo is supposed to do. He's going to be a big contributor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sent a message that was sent to the Yankees.
Give you a 2-minute segment on baseball. What do you need to know, Wyatt? What do you need?
Rocket Clemens, watching the broadcast, hoping for his son to get in on the Tiger side, and he said, "Please tell David and Michael hello, and wish Cameron Maybin the best of luck in his new career." So the Rocket is part of our audience today.
Very nice. Rocket was part of the broadcast too. Cameron Maben went dead central in his first big league home run at 20 years old. Can you imagine how that felt for Cameron? I know he expressed it a little bit here, but Roger Clemens on the mound. When you're 20 years old at Yankee Stadium and you go dead central, and then see him later, and get to shake his hand, pretty good.
You were teammates with the Rocket for a couple of years. Did you enjoy that? I mean, it was always fun to watch him pitch.
You know, it's very similar with Paul O'Neill in that you get this impression when you play against somebody, and then when you become teammates with them, they're completely the opposite of what you thought. You know, Rocket and Paul both were perceived as being these intense, tough guys, and they were when they were on the field, but they were goofy off the field. They both had great sense of humor. They both were nothing like you would think they were like.
I did some research just a second ago. I've been misled by my friend. Again, it doesn't change my stance, though, that I don't give a shit about cheating in sports. Just so we're aware. And that sign stealing is still happening. And it's actually not against the rules. What the Astros did was use electric signs. That was against the rules. You're not allowed to use an electronic device to steal signs and relay them. That's actually very explicitly against the rules. Mechanical devices was the actual phrasing. And they had to rephrase it to include electrical devices. But the act of sign stealing itself is not even actually like illegal in baseball. It's literally, it's not illegal. But what the Astros did to steal the signs, the way that they procured them, probably was against the rules. Yeah, they deserve the punishment they got. Just like every steroid user deserves the punishment they got. If you break the rules, you break the rules. You deserve punishment. But I don't really see the point in taking away a whole World Series. Again, I don't think you should from a steroid using team. I don't think you should from a team that gets caught cheating the game like stealing signs. It's just you can't I don't know, man. If they start stripping away like steroid teams World Series, I'd be totally for it. I'd be like, yes, there we go. That's fairness. If they did that, fine. Consistency. You'll watch NASCAR later? For sure, Wyatt. You need to know the rules and the best players. I'd take a minute. Yankees just signed Marwin Gonzalez. That's funny. That teams knew what the Astros were, but Mike Fears exposed them to the fans to find. Yeah, it's Oh, Wyatt has a TikTok. Hell yeah, Wyatt. Yeah, exactly. And stealing signs make you know how to hit. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, I'm fine if you want to decide that you shouldn't. If they want to take away one World Series, the issue is they have to take away a bunch of other ones. Maybe it's just something in my brain where I'm like, it's not fair if you take away one cheater's World Series, but you let teams like the Yankees have like World Series that they use steroids to acquire. It's like, that's not fair. Why should the 09 Yankees get to keep their World Series when they have a bunch of fucking guys who use steroids their whole careers on it? Like, that World Series shouldn't count because they used steroids before, and they had a steroid user in Alex Rodriguez on the team. Why should that World Series count and the Astros shouldn't? They had literally one of the biggest cheaters in baseball in Alex Rodriguez on the team. It's like, what are we doing with Roger Clemens on the same team as well? Because he's not guilty or there's not even evidence he committed a crime. It's just the same exact thing. I'd offer the same punishment. I maybe would have suspended a player or two, though. But to get anyone to talk, you got to get. You probably had to offer the immunity. I handle it the exact same way.
Great season last year in the minors, and looks like he will.
Except I don't suspend anybody for a whole season. I probably only give the managers half seasons. I'm going to be really honest. But the league likes to hand out, scapegoat punishments, so the Astros got kind of fucked. I wouldn't have taken any. I'd probably still taken a draft pick or two. I'll be honest about that. I'll be like, listen, you guys got to lose draft picks. All right, we got to save some face here. But, like, I wouldn't have given a
That's one
fuck.
of those things, David. I mean,
I also wouldn't suspend steroid users for fucking 80 games a season at a time either. That's stupid. 40 games, maybe. If you're a repeat offender, then we can look at it, but I don't care. I wouldn't be a good commissioner. I'd let all kinds of foul shit start happening just because I don't think it's that big a deal. But it's a good thing I'm not a commissioner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. And you hate to
I enjoy when games feel like they're dirty. I don't know. Maybe it's just something in my head where I'm like, I think everybody's already cheating in these games because I like went to a school with a bunch of kids who only cheated. Like I went to a good like high school. Like everybody's trying to cheat in this game, trying to get some weird advantage. So it's hard for me to look at one act of cheating and be like, oh, that's despicable. Because it's like, boy, oh boy, that's real hypocritical for me. I'm watching their coach. I watched their coach move for about 30 minutes before a game to learn all their signs. And then tell all my teammates. And I bang shit when I know what pitch is coming. So I'm like, wait a minute, it's illegal to bang shit out like a fuck. It's illegal to bang your bat 3 times if a fastball's coming? I didn't know that. Uh-oh. I actually had no idea. I have this unmuted. I don't know. Like, this is so quiet in my ear. That should be a strikeout, though, with top of the 6th, 1 away. That steroid users aren't allowed in the Hall of Fame, but David Ortiz made the Hall of Fame, and the irony of it is he has been linked. Yeah, yep, and Pudge Rodriguez is linked to using steroids, and he's in it. It's a silly thing that that they ignore for some players because they like them. The writers do.
Lupinella, too, right?
Yeah, Lupinella, too.
Like, if one steroid user's in the Hall of Fame, then you got to probably put the rest of them in. Like, and technically Pudge used steroids, so. Or he was accused anyway. Here's Cody Clemens up to bat with 1 away here in the top of the 6th. 4-3, Tigers still holding on to the Yankees by a run. We're starting to see the young guys start to come into the game, so it's getting a little bit harder to pay attention. But I guess I do understand why some people may not like the actions of the cheaters, because some people are more honest about the game. But like, you would be hard pressed at convincing me that it's a super important thing only because it's like, well, we got a bunch of other teams that have cheated. Why the hell are they going to keep their titles? If it's about the sanctity of the game, fucking strip all the titles. Basically, they'd have to go back to like 91 and just be like, none of this counted. None of the numbers, none of the World Series. This is all horse shit this last 30 years of baseball. In my opinion. Maybe I'm a little facetious in the way I see it. Maybe I'm a little dramatic. But he had a double, Hayden. He had a nice double.
Get this guy, get that guy, but the Yankees believe in Volpe to the point.
But steroids save baseball, so I have a love-hate relationship with the baseball or with steroids. I actually don't really see a problem with them, but again, they save the game, so it's like a 50. Like, boy, they demonized them steroids that they knew saved their fucking game real quick, didn't they? Whoa. I actually have a whole thing about the steroid era that the baseball allowed it to happen and made it happen basically by kind of coming out and saying, no, you can't use these work. We're not going to test you guys. We're going to do this on Scout's honor, right? You guys aren't going to use that HGH and steroid shit, right? Yeah, we're not going to use that shit. No way. We're not going to do that. They're doing all kinds of crazy shit when they're saying it. Not one of us is going to use it. Canseco, get the fucking needle out of your arm on TV, dude. That's basically how blatant it was. They basically said, these are all banned because they'll make you a better baseball player and make you stronger. We're not going to test it. And then everybody started doing them. And then in 2004, 10 years after they tell you you're not supposed to do that shit, or it's like maybe 9 years later, and the whole league's basically on the shit, they ban it. And they say, no, they say, hey, we're going to actually start testing for this because obviously you guys are using this. So the MLB basically looked the other way, let these guys all use steroids, then came down like motherfucking machine guns on them, despite the fact that these dudes saved their game. Barry Bonds, you've got Sammy Sosa, you've got Jose Canseco, you got Mark McGwire, you've got Mussina, you've got the pitchers that were accused like Roger Clemens, Curt Schillings, you've got your Manny Ramirez's. And your Alex Rodriguez's. These guys save the game of baseball, but they're also demonized for doing so. And it's one of the darkest things I've ever seen a league do. I have a real strong hate of the actual like Major League Baseball as an organization. They do a lot of backwards, disgusting stuff like that. But I like the game of baseball so much, and this is the only one that can exist because the MLB is a legal monopoly because they basically want a thing back in like the early formation of its like existence that allows it to be like just a monopoly. It's like something in the wording to where it's a kid's game technically in the eyes of the court, so they don't need to like. They don't have to follow any kind of like trust rules and shit. That's why the players union is so goddamn strong in baseball compared to other sports. Because if they weren't, they'd get fucked. Because there's literally nothing they can do. It's so weird, the complication of baseball and being a monopoly because of the way that the original owners of the league or league lawyers have argued over time. Only sport that does it that way.
That's a good-looking Tampa tarpon hat.
You could probably spend hours going over the complication of like what the MLB is, how it's bad kind of for baseball overall, but like there's nothing that can really be done about it. It's pretty depressing. Like these guys can't just form their own league and just leave baseball. Like I don't like their contracts are like that. I don't think they can do that without being sued into ad nauseum and shit. It's
Now we go to the
basically MLB, or you play in a different foreign league, or you can play in one of the leagues that the MLB kind of controls anyway. Like the ABL or all those guys. They basically have no autonomy. Rodriguez up to bat. Oh, he's pitching. Wagamon flies out. Oh, wow, this guy was pretty good with the Astros, but he only played in 4 games, so I don't really know what happened. Astros legend who wanted to get out of the cheating sphere of the Astros, could play with an honest team like the Tigers. Bottom of the 6th here, leadoff guys up, so that's Wagamon or Eric Wagaman.
See what Wagaman did.
Wagaman,
and
okay.
2 levels of A-ball.
Fouls it away. 1 and 2. The count goes to.
Your first camp, David, nervous?
I was very nervous. And ironically, the first game I got in a Major League Spring Training game was a game where Tony La Russa was still managing the White Sox. Ironically, he's come full circle. And the late, great Dick Hauser was the manager of the Royals.
Foul. Oh, strike him out.
And there was, in a spring training game, a couple of beanballs going on.
One away in the bottom of the 6th. Strike out the leadoff man. Now up is Blake Perkins.
Who was then the first baseman of the Royals. And Dick Hauser told me to throw the first pitch as hard as I could behind the guy's head. He said, don't hit him in the head, but throw it over and behind his head to send a message.
And this is your indoctrination.
My first big league game in spring training. And I threw it up to the press box. I was so nervous. It went up the screen.
So I do stand corrected, though, that it was probably, though, the Astros did benefit from the cheating. But, like, I mean, it's cheating. Of course they benefit. I realize my friend is a very stat spoon feeder, is a spoon feeder of statistics. He ignores the fact that 90% of the team widely benefited. And he'll go like, but look, Carlos Beltran didn't. And I'll be like, oh, that's a good point. It's like, why didn't I think of like, well, how did like Correa and them do? Did their numbers go down? That's not important. You know, Beltran's numbers went down on the road. All right, well, what? They went down on the road. All their numbers went down on the road. Don't worry. Okay.
One and two.
People aren't allowed to bet on Illinois basketball.
Years later, and asked him if he remembered it. He didn't remember the story.
2-2. A lot of kids at the ballpark today. My kids made it to the ballpark today. My son was just, I mean,
3-2 count for Perkins.
Judge, he couldn't speak. He lost the ability to speak.
Damn, his kid just froze.
And then he showed you his delivery.
Yes, I loved it. And his batting stance.
It's like, you know that meme? It's like, damn, my boy froze. He ain't moving 40 minutes. That was his kid today meeting Aaron Judge.
Here's my,
What the hell's wrong with this dude?
Charlie meeting Giancarlo Stanton. And there's Callie, who really couldn't care, but Charlie could. He just couldn't talk. He was so shy. One behind mom.
Callie's heckling him, right?
Yeah, that's what Callie would do.
Damn, what a little pussy kid. If I got to meet athletes, I'd be talking shit. I'd be like, listen, especially as an adult, I'd talk all kinds of crazy shit to these Yankees players. What are they gonna do? Hit me? Oh, boo-hoo, Rob's getting paid.
And Rob Brantley might have a shot to stick with the big club as he gets his first at bat of the day. So
All right, hope this guy does well, just because he's got a good name. Runner at first, 1 out.
Owens chopped to second.
And they'll go to just get the sure out and 2 away.
2 down.
Probably for the best to not try and force it down to second there. 2 away with the runner at second, bottom of the 6th. But a runner in scoring position, there is 2 outs though, so it's kind of like a low risk. Pretty low risk situation. Bottom of the 6th, 1 on, 2 out, 4-3 Tigers lead it, and Armando Alvarez at the plate. Hit 236 with 10 homers in AAA last year, it says.
It does show you the
I don't remember the game. I think it was only like 30 games or something like that, though, which would be crazy if he hit 10.
Might get some power, but the 2 catchers that are planning to be there, they're both plus defenders.
That'll be strike 1. That was a bit outside, actually, but I guess it's to that point in the game where it's like, hey, bud, if it's anywhere near the strike zone, you should probably swing a little bit, just because these umps don't really give a fuck to call the game fair for minor leaguers. But I do think that was a bad call because that pitch was in the same spot but just a little lower.
Almost out the back door quietly in a very surprising trade.
1-1. This guy's probably very confused about how far out the strike zone is.
It's never easy. You can't help but feel rejected on one end.
I guess it was a little further out. I guess that was a more obvious ball. 1-1.
Especially when you've been with an organization so long as Gary Sanchez was.
2-1.
It was the Yankee products in 60.
Pretty sure that third pitch was even closer than. It was a little high, I guess. Guess they consider it high. 2-1 coming up here for Alvarez. Rodriguez is the pitcher for the Tigers. Here's the 2-1 offering. Runner at second, and it'll be 2-2 after a foul ball.
Now tomorrow when I do the game with Cameron.
Runner at second, 2 away, 2-2 count, 4-3 Tigers lead. They're trying to protect just a 1-run lead over the Yankees here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if it sticks.
You know, Gary Sanchez was welcomed with open arms in the Minnesota clubhouse with some familiar faces as well, going back to the Dominican Republic and some of the kids he grew up with, including Miguel Sano.
Need to stretch out a little bit. Bra-ta-ta. Here's the 2-2. Ball 4 or ball 3 outside. Don't know why my head just added a free pitch in there. I'm not really sure what I was doing.
And so he's got friends there, and obviously Gio Urshela. Gio Urshela, I think that hurt him. He loved being a Yankee.
For the Tigers today, it was Tarek Skubal.
Sometimes trades are made.
He pitched real good. And
players say it all the time.
Pitched 2 good innings. Then it was Soto.
One of the interesting things that Brian Cashman
No, that's a
said
walk.
after
Shit,
the
that's not
trade
good.
was that they
And then it was a
tried
bunch
to
of random
improve
people, I think.
defensively
Like
and
Chase Anderson
offensively.
and now this guy. And
The narrative around Gio Urshela at third base was that he was top level.
I think I'm missing for somebody.
Top shelf defender at third, and certainly with his hands. And
Esteban Florial is up. Or
Or
Florio.
the left side, and a lot of the defensive metrics kind of graded him poorly in
Esteban
that respect in terms of
Florio.
range, especially going towards the shortstop, towards the hole, to his left. They feel like Josh Donaldson ranked out better defensively than Gio Urshela did.
All right,
That
here's
might
the
be a
pitch.
surprise.
Yeah, it'll be a ball inside and a little low.
I don't think there's much of a debate. If Josh Donaldson's healthy, he can really play.
What's up, Cameron? How you doing,
His
boss?
exit velocity was off the charts last year. The way he hits the ball hard, he still makes solid contact. He still has great bat speed.
Padres got Paddock on the mound today. Hope he can get back to his old self this year. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. That'd be
Talking
pretty
about a guy
nice.
who was an MVP caliber player a few years ago.
Who are they playing today?
He might be rejuvenated too in the pinstripes, as Cameron Mabry was telling us earlier.
What's up, man? Welcome back.
He could say
Sorry if I didn't see you earlier. I was
interesting
like
to see
probably
what
just in
kind
the
of
middle of
numbers
like
he can put up.
talking about shit. Milwaukee at 4. Not bad. How's spring going for you guys? 1-1. Better than us.
And one of the first things the Yankees did, and Aaron Boone did, which was smart, was get Donaldson and Garrett Cole in the same room together, because Donaldson
Crew.
made Garrett Cole almost a poster child for the sticky stuff from last year, and they hashed it out, and everything is cool now. But that was important to get that over with.
Those are always important conversations to have. I really feel like that one's more easily worked out than, say, Carlos Correa in that clubhouse explaining 2017. And we know that the Yankees, to a man, who were on that team, including Aaron Judge, were very upset about the Houston Astros situation there and the sign stealing controversy.
Yeah, release the letter first.
3-1, Florial pitches high. So that's gonna
Lost another one. Load him up. Bases full of Yankees. Here comes Cabrera. Uh-oh.
You know, Roger Clemens is watching the game right now. The Yankees were not fond of Roger Clemens before he became a Yankee, and you know, they
I'll do 1,000 push-ups if this goofy-looking motherfucker hits a grand slam right now.
Hit Yankees like Derek Jeter, and the Yankees diffused that in '99 spring training when he came over. They went up to bat with catcher's gear on.
Yes,
and that diffused the whole thing.
that's how you do it.
Oh, if he hits a grand slam, I'd be so pissed off.
Deep drive off the bat of Cabrera, deep to right. See ya! A grand slam for Osvaldo Cabrera. And the
I'm so motherfucking angry right now. I literally cannot blink. I'm so frustrated right now. I'm gonna probably lose my mind. Ain't no fucking way this goofy bastard just hit a grand slam like that.
The Yankees have a lot of good young prospects. We've mentioned Anthony Volpe,
God damn it.
Peraza, but Osvaldo Cabrera can do a lot of things. Play the outfield, play the infield. Has shown some pop in his bat, and he lets it be.
What a fucking bomb. It barely gets out over the wall. Son of a gun. Good thing I don't give a shit about the preseason or whatever, spring training.
Really tagged that one.
That would be annoying. Well, good job, idiot. You just blew the game. Yep. Uh-oh, Kenny's going to send the shooters in.
Here in the sixth, but the Yankees take the lead on this swing.
Literally like 3 seconds after I say it's not going to happen, he fucking bombs it. That's just bad timing on my end. This dude Caden's like, I'm pretty sure this dude said he's going to do 1,000 push-ups. Or was it sit-ups? I don't even remember. I'm not going to do it now. Yeah, Kenny has shooters, so. Kenny said he's directly responsible for several people getting shot in the rap community because he doesn't like their lyrics. And Kenny's secretly a Don Juan. Yeah, it was the very first pitch. Well, I'll be honest. I kind of felt like it was coming because this dude keeps throwing he was throwing terrible pitches to throw to left-handed people. He was throwing weird fastballs, got low and inside on lefties. And I'm like, well, that's how you give up a home run. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, Kenny also says that he works with the feds, so I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure he's just talking shit. It'll be Haas, Paredes, and Robson. Haas, Paredes, and Robson here in the top of the 7th to lead it off. Tigers now trail by 3. It's 7-4 on a grand slam by some guy. By Oswaldo Cabrera. So, that's how it's going for the Tigers right now. This is usually when we win spring training games because we had better backups than everybody and better young guys. Is he on the 41? Now, since the Yankees are a worse team than us at the major league level, they're going to have a better minor league system. It is what it is. Bad teams like the Yankees typically have good minor league systems, so. He's on the non-roster. Well, that's good. Yeah, he had really good numbers, Sean Boyle did. Those are good numbers. 1.98 ERA, pretty low average. Good amount of strikeouts per appearance. Strike one. Haas, then Paredes, and Robson. Hit 231 and at about 23. But that was a ball. Here's the pitch. That'll be another ball. 2 inside. 2-1. St. Peter's Peacocks. Oh, they're the Peacocks. Okay. St. Pete is one of the top schools in all of college basketball. I didn't know that. By the way, thank you for the likes if you left one so far. I appreciate that. You're very, very kind. We're up to 21. We try to hit 20 every stream, so thank you. You're too kind. Yeah, I have I'm so far I'm 100% on my bracket. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna display my bracket till after the tournament, so no one copies it. Because I know I picked the perfect one. What a play. Nice effort. 2 down now here in the 7th. Or maybe just 1. It's just 1, actually. 1 away here in the 7th. Paredes is up now for the Tigers. One, two, skip a few, 99, 1,000. Holy shit. That's foul. Wait, gone? He just missed hitting the foul. Dude, he hit the section just behind the foul pole. The Tigers, I would say Grossman did good today. He hit a home run. Baez had an RBI double. Torque had an RBI single. Who am I missing? And I think they just manufactured another run to get it to 4-7. The pitching was good until, the random players all started coming in. 0-2 here. Paredes needs something. Fouls it away again. The count remains 0-2. Do you know they took Matt Vasgersian off the show, 22, which is bullshit? Thoughts on Story to the Sox? I wonder if he's going, like, he's the guy who struggles outside of Colorado really hard, right? Like, his numbers like dramatically fall off outside of Colorado. So I wonder how he looks offensively, like playing in Boston and all that. I don't know. Other than that, he's like a really good shortstop defensively. So nothing, Boston got a really good player. But we'll see how he hits outside of college. If I got the right guy, I might have somebody else. I'm not that good with Rockies players. It's a no-nothing place. Like Chris Bryant, for example. What's the over-under on him demanding a trade? I got 3 months. I got him getting the fuck out of there by July 3rd. By July 13th. He'll be on a new team, I think. But 100%, he'll have played 2 games by July 13th on a new team. I really don't understand why he did that trade or signed there. I think Xander's going to move over to second, I think. Because Story's but see, Story can also play second, so it's not that big a deal. I think both of them can play second. Either way, now you have a surefire second with Bogarts or with Xander or with Trevor. They got redneck-ass names, Xander and Trevor. Full count here for Paredes. Let's see what he can do. Good way to battle back after a rough start to the AB. Here's the, 8th pitch. Ball 4, walked him. Good at bat there by Paredes. Yeah, that's how you do things. If you try in the spring training, you're cringe. Good offensive infield. Defense, maybe not so much. Stories will glove, but Bogarts and Raffia, not so much. So that means you'll probably slide Bogarts over to second, right? That's less ranging, less motion you have to do. Second's probably a little easier in terms of overall fielding than it is short at the majors. 1? Oh, they only get 1. Fuck. Almost a double play. That was almost bad. Fuck. Lopez gets hold on. Who got out? They get the lead runner, but batter reaches. Robson grounded out. It was almost a double play. Robson was the guy who just got out. Now it'll be Mr. Lopez batting. Kike looks for a new team. What position does Kike play? Second base. If he plays second, then they might just get rid of Bogarts. Or move Bogarts to DH. Yeah, but we also have that Andrew Chafin guy who's going to help kind of bolster it. Plus, yeah, they might go with I forgot Kike plays second. Yeah, they'll probably just go Story and Kike up the middle and fucking move Bogart. If Bogarts can still hit, move him to DH. I don't know. He's kind of the odd guy out, right? If he's that bad at, I don't really know the Red Sox. I'm just going off what I'm reading. If you can move on and put a guy at DH who can hit, that's probably the ideal thing, right? They can't have too many options at DH. One count here for Lopez. Two outs in the top of the 7th. Runner at first. Tigers need to have a home run here to make it a bit more interesting. How long do you think Funkhauser's out for? I don't know. He's out. Oh, he's safe. He stole the base. Good running. He said brick hands. Yeah, if that's the case, then I don't know what they're going to do. Unless they're going to use Story as a DH, but it's like Story is literally like the reason you go get Story is for the defense. Like, you know, the offense, like, so like almost in the same vein for the Tigers, you don't really go get Javier Baez expecting like to get like a 330 hitter who's going to hit like, you know, he's going to always be like the clutch hitter that you need. Nor do you with Story. Like, you get a lot of those types of players because like they're so like fucking like really good at the playing defense. It's like it almost excuses them striking out and just being kind of weird on offense at times. And it actually does. It's like a statistical irrelevancy that they get strike out so much. It's like, oh well, who cares? It's 250. Oh, have you seen him play defense? He's literally one of the best in baseball. And shortstop's so important at the major league level. It's like, yeah, if you can hit 250 as a shortstop, you're probably going to be a very long-standing shortstop. And if you show any kind of power, like you can hit like 25 a year, oh, you'll never not start as long as your glove's good. That position is so hard to find a good, like, decent hitter that can play unreal defense. So when you find it, it's because a lot of the times those superstar dynamo defenders can't fucking hit for shit. Like, think about Jose Iglesias. That was on the Tigers and the Orioles and I think the Angels as well. Really good, like one of the best defensive players I think I've ever actually watched play the position. I think he hits 205 for a career. That's the plight of the modern shortstop and the regular shortstop. That's why Carlos Correa is so valuable. I would say finding good shortstops is harder than finding almost any position. Who's in Colorado right now? Who's that? I just think there's zero chance Chris Bryant stays there for too long. That's my main point. He's 100%, like he's gonna be, like he has to be thinking about getting traded already. Like, I probably should get the hell out of here. Well, it was cool to come here. And Jose Iglesias, yeah, it's not a bad tandem, but boy, but he's a great example of what I mean by that though. Like he's so good at defense. He's allowed to be an awful hitter, like just an awful hitter. We got 2 on for the Tigers, 2 outs here, a couple walks have given the Tigers some runners. 2-1 for Meadows. Oh, it's Austin Meadows. This kid's a big deal. He's just really young, I think, right? Hey, good piece of hitting, kid. Will he get there? He's safe. All right, home run time for the Tigers. Oh, no, it's Derek Hill. He actually can't hit home runs. I don't think he's got the ability to. All right, Derek Hill, prove me wrong. Parker Meadows. Is Austin his brother? Dude, that's gonna be the hardest thing for me not to do with Parker. Oh my God, if that's actually his brother, and that's because he kind of looks like Austin Meadows. Oh, it's his little brother. Yeah, that's fucked up. I'm never gonna get that, especially if Parker's any good and he looks like he's a decent little player with some good speed. He's expected to at some point make the Tigers team, I'm pretty sure. He's not like he's one of our better prospects, actually. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. That's my bad. I can't believe I called him Austin already. Well, it'll happen more than once, trust me. I'll continuously call these. I'll start calling Austin, Parker, It'll get terrible. I don't know. I don't know the Corey brothers. I know it's Corey and Kyle, right? I'll never be able to figure that one out. That'll get me. It's like, why'd you put K sounding names at the front of both their goddamn stupid first names? How am I supposed to figure this out? They're both bald. They might be safe. Beat it out. Oh. Well, that's the third out anyway, stupid. The inning's over. The Seager should be because, okay, Kyle retired. Okay, there you go. That's all I need to know. Which one retired, and I'll have it down. Yeah, Kyle's retired. Yeah, I know one of them's retired. That's kind of the joke, but, like, I just have to remember Corey plays still. Kyle doesn't. It's going to the bottom of the seventh. It's a commercial break right now. It's a commercial break. Well, it's not really a commercial break, but it's just some weird guy with the baby. He's stealing the baby. Oh my God, they're shooting the guy. I can't air this. Everyone's screaming. It's pandemonium on the field.
All of our brave men and women for their sacrifices and service for our nation.
Really? I thought the younger brother retired first.
Now,
that's crazy.
We ask you to please remain standing and remove your caps.
Yeah, I know one's older. It's crazy how much they look alike despite the age difference. But I guess, yeah, I don't know. I guess they're brothers. It's not that crazy. Their dad probably looks exactly like them, though. It's probably one of those things where it's like, whoa, all the dudes in their family look exactly the same. And that's kind of weird. Like, it's pretty bad in my family, but it's not, like, as direct as some people's families are. Oh, yeah, Corey just got paid the fuck up because he had that good finish of the season in Seattle there. He turned from the shitty brother into the good brother in, like, almost instantaneously. I don't know if they should have paid him that much money, though, but hey, it is what it is. You only need one big season in baseball the year before you get paid to ever worry about contracts. If the only year you do good... Corey Seager. Yeah, he's the one that just doesn't... Or am I thinking of Kyle that never really doesn't have as good of numbers as Corey? I could be getting their whole careers mixed up already. That's pretty bad. My single-mindedness is on the Tigers. I focus very hard on Detroit. Yeah, I know Corey went to Texas. Yeah, I know that. He's a Ranger.
He did it. He ties Tom Seaver's major league record for consecutive strikeouts in a game.
They signed him and some other guy to like $500 million worth of money. Kyle's the one who could barely hit. That's what I thought it was, but he plays good defense, so pretty much the mantra of any kind of Seattle Mariners player ever. It was the Mariners, right, that had Kyle?
Spring is in the air, and it's all systems go for the Mad Dog.
Once the games begin,
like Corey obviously can hit a lot better,
putting spring training on full
but I'm pretty sure
like
Kyle is also a little bit better of a fielder, right? I mean, you almost have to be a shitty hitter and a good field, like to stay in the majors for any period of time and not be able to hit. You have to play elite defense.
Statue of George M. Steinbrenner III in front of Steinbrenner Field.
Just waiting for the bottom of the seventh to get under. Well, are we in the top of the seventh actually? Or bottom? Yeah, we're going to the bottom of the seventh. It'll be. Let me just make sure I got the names here. Lamar. It'll be Lamar, Volpe, and Wagaman versus the Tigers. It's like, really? I thought we were playing the Red Sox now. Versus Rodriguez, again, the guy who gave up a grand slam. I don't know why he's still on the bump, but hey, fouls it away. Yeah, Kyle's just mid. Yeah, that's the way to look at it. It's not. I don't think it's even that uncommon that like the younger brother in a baseball family would be the best. That actually makes more sense to me, especially with like the age gap that those two had. Specifically because Corey would probably be like introduced to like very high level baseball at a very young age, kind of bringing him up very quickly. Whereas maybe Kyle did too. He probably had the access, but just not as like readily available because of who his older brother was. Which also begs the argument. I love the idea, though, that kids whose dads are major leaguers, their kids just dominate Little League baseballs and shit because it's like, well, I'm used to getting 95-mile-an-hour batting practice thrown at me as a joke. Yeah, I don't know of many brothers in the league, to be honest. One away here in the bottom of the 7th. Seven to 4 Yankees lead with one away in the bottom of the 7th. We have a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch to Volpe. Here's big Tony Volpe. Grounds out over to the third baseman. Looks like a pretty routine play, and one away. Or, well, two away, rather. Two down in the bottom of the 7th. Ugh. I'd be slipping in some, like, fucked up questions. I'd be like, so what do you think of, like asking like inappropriate questions to people who maybe don't even know what those words mean in the language. What are your opinions on America being a republic or a democracy? Go. Huh? Do all nations have the right to self-determination and sovereignty? I just pitched a baseball. Just the commercial break anyway now. You didn't miss much there. They didn't have anything going right there. It was just a bad interview with Luis Servino. I could barely understand him. Not that it's a problem. It's just like they were asking like really like weird questions, and they had the microphone like way too far. Understand? Yeah, I can pick up his accent. I've heard him talk before, but like I couldn't understand him because they literally had the mic way over here, and they was I don't know. You talk with an accent. It's almost impossible when they don't have good audio to pick up certain words. So that was tough. But it's commercial break, top of the 8th coming up. Tigers pretty much only have 2 at-bats left until they, before they can score some runs and do something here. So we shall see. But what's up, Barry? How's it going, man? Yeah, I don't think there's any other brothers act like that are too good in the league right now. Not like you got like with the Watt brothers and shit like that, and the Bosa brothers, or you almost had the Verlander brothers, but Ben wasn't as good as Justin, so he didn't make it. Mans came close. We almost had the. I guess that's about almost the. I guess we almost had the Seager brothers. That's close. I think Carlos Correa's little brother is actually very, very close to getting called up. Yeah, like Guerrero Jr. is very multilingual, but it's weird. He never speaks in English, but he speaks English very well. Yeah, a lot of these guys are all multilingual. A lot of the players from America, you should hear how most of them speak Spanish. They all have tutors and shit on the team.
Beltre makes the play for the first out.
Yeah, it's crazy though how quick. Like a lot of the guys pick up Spanish pretty quick. Like if I was playing pro baseball, I'd know Spanish. That would have been 100% something I had to drill into my head, and probably Japanese.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I need to go shopping.
Yeah.
I need new.
Yeah, I think one of the Astros' top prospects is actually Carlos Correa's little brother as well. So there's a number of kids like coming up, but their little brothers are like significantly like younger than them. Carlos is like, I think, his direct brother. I think Yoenis' little brother is his stepbrother, so that explains the age gap. Like his dad had a different woman, a bit younger, but I think Correa and him are from the same family. Just I think Correa is like 8 years older or some shit, 10 years older. Could be a similar thing. Maybe his dad fucked around, you know.
He loved the commute. The 1-1 inside.
You would think that there'd be more like brothers in a game of baseball, where it seems like the skills are pretty fucking like hand-eye coordination, and that seems like kind of like a genetic thing.
Clemens grounds one to second.
Like it's really common to see a kid whose dad played baseball who's a pro athlete because they have unreal hand-eye coordination in everything they do.
On August 21st, so we got that going for us.
Every one of Vladimir Guerrero Sr.'s kids are going to be playing at the majors. Have you seen the newest Guerrero? Vlad the Third, I think they're calling him, because his name is also Vladimir Guerrero. There's Vlad Jr. who's in the league right now. I think he's got a little brother who's going to be coming, and then there's another little brother, and then I think a third little brother, and they're all monsters. There's a whole bunch of Vlad Guerreros coming into the league, and it's going to be hilarious.
Nice guy, good player.
I think Tatis has another brother, too, that's in the minor leagues somewhere. I think he's got actually quite a big family.
LaTroy Hawkins, as a reliever, was more influential than he gets credit for. How so? He was one of the first guys to do the hesitation pitch.
You're back.
Change his delivery, quick pitch you one time, hesitate with your leg kick another time, and that's carried forward. You see a lot of relievers doing that now, including Nestor Cortez Jr. LaTroy was very influential and stylistically in doing that. See, Sean Boyle's got a little hitch in his delivery too as well.
Well, he was no hesitation when he went to the Cuckoos and said, I want another number. One and two on Lester.
Come back. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the hesitation move. Good hitters don't get fooled by that shit.
Watch the ball. Yankees lead the Tigers 7-4.
All right, we'll go to the bottom of the eighth. This game's starting to pick up pace. It'll be Perkins. I don't know their lineup that well. Perkins, Brantley, and Alvarez. Perkins, Brantley, Alvarez for the Yankees in the bottom of the eighth. This could be their final at bat if the Tigers are unable to scratch across 3 runs in the top of the ninth. It'll be Perkins, Brantley, and Alvarez. Unless they get pinched hit for, you never know. It is the minors. Or, well, it is spring training. I agree, Sparty. I think that'd be the best thing. I would trade Torkelson for late. I would just trade him for, honestly, nothing at this point. I'm done with it too, man. Yeah, I agree. Major L Tigers, back to the same old 30-win team. What's up, though, boss? Yeah, get rid of Torque, Riley Green, all the pitchers. They all suck. People who take baseball spring training way too serious.
Now we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees lead 7-4, and we go downstairs. Meredith Marakovich is with Aaron Judge.
Aaron, just a spring training game, but what's it like just to get back out there again?
Like, good teams have shitty spring training records, and they always should until, like, literally until players start playing.
We get a chance to throw the pinstripes on, which is great.
Yeah, we're good. The actual starters for the Tigers have looked very, very, very good the first 3 games. We've been winning. We've looked very good until the starters leave.
What do you think of the way the
and that's a sign, by the way. Those are starters were starters usually. And what you can take from that is the fact that our minor leaguers aren't that good versus other teams' minor leaguers, sure, but that doesn't mean anything. That just means our farm system is up. We're coming along. It's coming together very soon. You want to have kind of a bad spring training record because you want to use more young guys, you know. We were up 4-0 until we put in the shit squad.
This year, what did you do to ensure that you'd be ready when spring training started?
Yeah, Green is nice. Torkelson had a nice swing to left field. Dude, what I seen today was really nice. I was watching a bunch of guys who have strikeout issues like Torkelson and Baez shorten up their approach with 2 strikes and hit the ball into right field.
Knocked that out, found some local gyms that I went to, and just try to stay ready the best I could.
And that'll be the first out of the inning with the strikeout.
Luis Severino threw to you a few times, and
they're just doing a bunch of player interviews and shit.
Telling you he was only hitting 91, 92, throws 97, but just to have him.
Yeah, Baez DH today. Yeah.
What could that mean to this team in that rotation?
Well, he doesn't need much work on defense.
Give him a chance to get somebody back, man. He was our ace. He was a guy I came up with. He's a stud. To have him back healthy, ready to go. We're all looking forward to it. But
I think the Tigers are still trying to figure out who's going to be the backup or utility shortstop, second baseman.
Aaron, what are your goals?
Guys,
win a World Series aside from
which we do got to find out because like our defense behind the Scope and Baez is atrocious at times.
Last year, I think if I'm out on the field with the guys, all other stuff will take care of itself. I think for me, personally too. It's being out on the field.
It is a thin depth chart for talent and hitting talent, really.
Especially the new guys.
I'm guessing it's going to be Harold Castro makes the team as like the middle infielder replacement guy and just kind of overall utility infielder. And then you also see a guy like Daz Cameron probably makes it because he's having a good spring.
Yeah, well, I played center field in high school and
maybe Zach Short makes it.
Yeah, you get a little bit more room out there, and that's fun. But anytime we can get the best lineup on the field,
maybe Short makes it on defense alone, but I seriously don't know.
Gold Glover and Joey right to my out there in left field. So any way we can get the best lineup, if it's me playing center, playing right, DH, and it really doesn't matter.
You said early on
I can see Cody Clemens actually making the roster. If he can have a solid spring, I wouldn't be opposed to letting Cody Clemens come up and fucking try it out over Willie Castro or somebody like that.
I got to worry about getting through these games in spring training, staying healthy.
Yeah, I'm hoping Cody takes the steps, man. I really am. Grayson, yeah, he signed with the Diamondbacks or something like that. That'll complete the strikeout, 2 away, or well, it was a lazy ground out, 2 down. Or is that all 3? That's all 3 outs, actually. What the fuck? That's the 3rd out of the inning. So it'll be Haas, Freitas, and Robson. Haas, Paredes, Robson. I'll unmute it for the bottom of the 9th, or top of the 9th here in a moment, once it's back on. Yeah, Griner's gone. He signed elsewhere. We've got new catchers. Got Barnhart and Haas, and then, of course, when Rodgers comes back, he'll probably assume some kind of role. So, catcher's all set. But yeah, the team's done adding people. They made that announcement a couple days ago, Avila did, that the team is pretty much set with who's out there. You can kind of piece together the roster if you know what you're doing. It does kind of sound like Torque and Green are going to make the team because, I mean, the outfielders otherwise are you know, like Derek Hill should probably make the team as a backup, and I think the other spot is between Reyes, Daz Cameron, and probably a number of other guys. And right now, based on what I've seen, Daz Cameron's winning that job by quite a bit. I think Derek Hill's too fast to not have on the main roster. Like, some guys will just make the team because they're so fucking fast. Like, it's just one of them, like, yeah, speed kills in this game, baby, and you got to have a Derek Hill around. Because him late game running the bases, him, you know, defensive subbing for maybe a slower corner outfielder and later in the games, that is something you can't really replace with just, like, a better player. Speed is very important, especially at Comerica. And since they're going to keep the runner at second base for a minute, it's particularly good to keep a guy like Hill.
I'm hearing rumors, okay? I haven't been able to nail something down. This is going to be coverage like we've never had, a pregame like we've never had, special guests that you wouldn't even imagine that we can get.
Can't wait till Bias
plays. It's going to be one of the great pregame shows, and obviously the game that you could hope for to open up the season.
Yeah, same here, Barry.
It's good.
Well, hopefully the Padres aren't done. We need a corner outfielder like Conforto, Pham, UTT. Yeah, I would say Conforto's got to be your guys' move.
There's a Hall of Famer, Jim Cott, and there's was 2020. It was 2002. Like I was 20. I've aged 40 years.
Can we go back to the no tie look, or yeah? What's
San
that
Diego
about?
that was from training.
Well, all right, okay.
Do you want to go back to the sport coat and spring training look?
Well, you know, maybe just a navy blue one, like the old CBS one, where you just do the yes emblem. We can just hang it up and leave it at the park.
Easy to pack. Yeah, easy to pack.
Can't wait till Bias plays today.
Well, I've told you the story about George Steinbrenner wanting his whole team to travel with navy blue blazers.
Did that ever get off the ground?
It never got off the ground, but he almost got it through.
All right, there we go. That'll be a lazy ground out. Should be the first out, and it is one away.
Relationship with the boss. Were you enlisted to talk him out of it?
Yes, I was sitting in to talk him out of it. It wasn't too easy. But now that I think about it, I wish I would have had one of those.
Now up is Paredes.
On eBay, would they be worth now?
Now, would it have been the interlocking NY or the Yankee Top Hat logo?
That was being discussed.
Yeah, that Tatis shit sucks, dude.
With the navy blues.
That's a devastating injury. I would argue.
I like it. Grounded into the Tiger dugout.
Hey, thank you, by the way, for the 25 likes. You're all too kind. Baez, yeah, I think he's good. What's up, Fat Tater Chip? He did good. Well, it wasn't his debut. He's already played this season in the spring training. He had a double today, and he scored a run, so that's good. That should be a double for Paredes. No, he's not quick enough. It'll be a single. Now up is Robson with one on and one out in the top of the ninth. Down by 3, the Tigers are.
What time's the game start? 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. The Patriots apparently got rid of their fullback because they're no longer using a fullback in their offense.
Wagaman does not hold.
I think that's significant. The Patriots are doing something different next year. They've been using fullbacks for a very long time. They're running away from the fullback. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. It's funny, Cole and Donaldson. Yeah, they're on the same team now after Donaldson did his best to make Cole like the face of the Stickum situation. It's kind of a weird irony, right? 3-0 for Robson.
Prospects coming through with a big grand slam. Oswaldo Cabrera.
Who, the Patriots? Kind of.
Peraza get all the talk in the young prospects. Cabrera. Impressive. You do a lot of things too, Michael. Play outfield, infield. Good athlete. Showed some pop too today.
Well, they just added him to the 40-man roster in November. Switch hitter, bats very well from the left side. Plays second, short, third last year. Projects mostly as a second baseman. And just 23 years old.
Yeah, Oswaldo Cabrera to go along with Oswald Peraza. So keep him straight.
Nice feeling, see number 36 in pinstripes on the mound.
Yeah, it's pedestrian at this point. As it should be.
You did that number proud. One and one.
I remember talking to Whitey Ford about this, and he was sort of the mind, you know, with respect to retiring numbers or Monument Park. Whitey Ford was enough already. That was his theory. We've done enough of that stuff.
Really? Well, he at 16 retired when he said that.
Yes, he did. It's Whitey Ford.
Jack Lopez fouls one.
Miami is adding a fullback because of McDaniel. Yeah, they're going, oh, that's not good. Fouled it off himself. Eesh, right off his knee. That's the worst.
So do you like the fact no more pitchers hitting?
I do.
You do.
There are a few exceptions to the rule, but the vast majority of pitchers don't train to hit. They weren't allowed to hit in the minor leagues. The first time I had a big league at bat was the first time since high school that I had actually stood in there and tried to bat. So yes, it's going to help create offense, create jobs, more jobs for good hitters, allow veteran players to hang around a little longer.
No, that'll be a base hit. That'll get a run in. It'll make it at least 5-7.
Fielded out there by Beltre. 1 run scores.
Runner gets to second and third, so it'll be second and third with one away, and it's a 5-7 game.
7-5 Yanks.
Here comes Parker Meadows.
Pretty impressive after fouling one off his knee. This one he keeps fair down the line.
Can't wait for the actual debut regular season for Seager, Baez, Story, Freeman, and Correa. Yeah, the big deal of the number of shortstops, as well as Simeon, right? Like all these big name shortstop middle infielders and Freeman as well. See how everybody looks in their new squads.
Opened the door for him to go back to Kansas City, where it all started for him. So feel good story there for him.
But there are pitchers that love to hit. Jacob deGrom loves to hit.
Jacob deGrom also hurt his elbow.
Yeah, no extra innings in spring training. The tie ends a game. Kind of dumb, but I mean, I get it. There's no reason to play this out for a desperate win.
You know, if they had this universal DH when you played, your fingers would be straight now.
That's true. Yes. I know what it's like to get hit by a pitch.
Thanks to Atlee Hammaker.
Yes.
Hey, that'll get maybe 2 in. It could tie it.
The throw home is
Yeah, Tigers tied it.
Off the bat of Parker Meadows.
2 RBI base hit to tie it up at 7 apiece. Runner at first. Yeah, it's the Yankees announcers. Yeah, it's on the Yes Network is what's being shown.
Like that, the Tigers have tied the score at 7.
Second quality at bat in a row for Parker Meadows.
Good piece of hitting there for him.
Had almost 110-mile-an-hour exit velocity on his previous at bat.
Good at, yeah, go Tigers. Hell yeah. Here's Derek Hill now with a chance to, you know, keep the damage going.
So there's Derek Hill.
Yeah, fouls it away. 0-1.
In the ninth inning, we haven't even mentioned how we want to send out good luck to Luke Voigt, who the Yankees traded to the San Diego Padres. We talk about people benefiting from the universal DH. He is going to be the everyday DH for the Padres. And, you know, the Yankees gave him a chance after he was behind a couple of players with the Cardinals, and he did well. He loved playing with the Yankees, but once they signed Rizzo, it became a fait accompli that he would be moved, and they got a hard-throwing former first-round draft pick, a right-hander from the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, Luke Voigt was excellent for the Yankees. Did a fantastic job. Had some knee issues, had some injury issues, but right to your point.
Apparently, not one team reached out to Tony Busby.
15 more jobs in the big leagues now.
Regarding the Deshaun Watson situation. Ah, that'll be the second out of the inning.
By Perkins for the second out.
I mean, it's awesome as a DH rule. It should be pretty good.
Who was clocked throwing 102 to 103 miles an hour in high school before he was selected in the first round by the Padres, and the Padres sent him to the Yankees for Luke Voigt.
Damn, give up quite a prospect of pitching. But an arm that hard, throws that hard that young, that's potentially a disaster waiting to happen. 0-1. So probably not a bad move to get a player like Voigt for a guy who maybe will blow his arm out before it's all said and done.
If you were to make up a list of pros and cons for pro DH,
it's Willie Castro now. This isn't any good.
I think the list is pretty long.
0-2 quickly.
On to get rid of the DH part, including some of the things we mentioned, and Luke Voigt getting a chance to play in the National League. There's very few Zach Greinke's out there that can swing the bat. Madison Bumgarner, pretty good hitter as a pitcher. But neither one of those guys are Luke Voigt at the plate.
So Michael Gomez has surrendered the lead. It's a 7-7 game with a runner on first. 2 outs. Runner goes. Throw to second.
Yep.
And gets away from Volpe. So right there is Cabrera to hold on to it. So it's a stolen base for Meadows. And the go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Haas is better defensively. Eric Hosmer, yeah, I wonder if they're going to be able to keep him. Or did they already figure it out? 2-2 count here for Castro. Let's see what he can do.
So runner at second, 2 men out. And a 2-2 count on Castro. The right-hander sets and deals.
Oh, that'll be a pass ball. Runner will get to third. Leading run 90 feet away. Or, well, the winning run's 90 feet away in a sense. Nobody wants his contract. That makes sense. Yeah. That's what I figured. Hosper, the Westbrook of the NBA, MLB.
Sheesh. Feet away here in the top of the 9th inning. 7-7 game. Pitch.
Whoa, that was a close call right there. That may have been strike 3. Runners at the corners and 2 away. Oh, that's a bit outside. Good frame job, but it was outside. Too obvious of frame work. Way too obvious of a frame job there.
Only feeling out there on the mound, Michael, when you're trying to find the strike zone. You got a rough inning going. Trying to get that last out.
Clemens swings.
0-1 for Clemens. Cody Clemens up to bat now, obviously the son of Roger Clemens. Corey Dickerson, don't you guys have like a bunch of like young players and like? You guys got Yachty too. He's pretty good.
In the Yankee bullpen. And this has nothing to do about giving up runs. It's a certain amount of pitches that they would want him to throw. Gomez, that is. Nice save there by Brent.
Is that Dan Dickerson's son, Corey? Who? Oh, the. I was gonna say I thought the Cardinals had like a decent offseason, all things considered.
And the 1-2 inside again. He's having trouble locating 2-2. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Runner goes. Grounded up the middle. It's a base hit for Clemens.
Hey, another hit. This will take the lead. Tigers go up 8-7. Runners at the corners. It'll stay. First and third. The runners go. 8-7 Tigers. 4 spot in the 9th for Detroit.
And to your point, Michael, that's probably going to do it for Gomez today as Aaron Boone's out of the dugout. Cody Clemens has had some good at-bats today. Yeah. Finally gets rewarded.
So that'll do it for Gomez. They'll go to the bullpen for Minnick. Tigers have scored 4 in the 9th. They lead by 1, 8-7. Come on back.
All right, they're going to go to commercial break and pull the pitcher after a pretty bad little run there. Guys, I'm just sending one email, then I'll be back on my normalness. All right, there we go. I just had to send an email real quick. I'm sorry. Oh, boy. Nope, it's still spring training. Or it's still a commercial anyway. They bought it. Skankies. Yeah, I can't believe we took a lead. We could actually win this game like that. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. We're back to the game. It'll be the obviously there's 2 outs here in the bottom or the top of the 9th here. Tigers have taken a 8-7 lead, and yeah, up to bat is Lester, and it is Minnick to try to shut this down so his team can have a shot to win this in the 9th. Strike 1 for Lester. His name is Big Josh. It's crazy that the apparently no teams reached out to Deshaun. You know, the women representing the accusers of Deshaun Watson. Not a single team in the NFL reached out to the attorney Tony Busby and asked, "Hey, what's going on here?" Apparently, they just kind of all made their decision of, "Yeah, I don't think so." 1-2 count here. And he struck out, but he tipped it. Okay. Hey, it's fine to lurk. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the 26 likes tonight. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Too kind. Too kind. One and 2 here's the pitch coming up in a moment, I think, in just a second. Here it is. Gets a piece of it and should be the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the damage has been done. They'll go to commercial break again. I'll unmute it as soon as it pops back on. Oh, shit, it was already muted. Somebody should have said something, but I guess it's not that big a deal. It's spring training. That will be the 3rd out of the inning. It'll be Florial, Cabrera, and Beltre. Florial, Cabrera, and Beltre. Cabrera obviously hit the grand slam, which took them which gave them the 7-4 lead. Tigers came back, put up a 4 spot in the 9th, and now they're up 8-7. So, can they hold on to win? We shall see. Or will the Yankees walk it off here in Tampa? Da-na-na, da-na-na. Astros not making it this year, you don't think? Maybe not. They did lose their best player in Carlos Correa. But he's mid. When you're a player on a contract year like Simeon, you have to just love every day that you're hitting well because it's like, man, this is just making me more and more money. Well, we'll see what the Yankees can do in the bottom of the 9th. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's getting pretty annoying with the Dodgers out west to always make the World Series. Somebody's got to be able to stop them at some point. Oh shit, the game's on. Ah. All right, strike 1.
Among other things, from John Boy Media. Our friends, you were the first one to mention John Boy Media.
Yep.
On one of the Yankee telecasts years ago. And now.
Yeah, LeBron's the second time is the all-time leading second. Like, is he just behind Malone? No.
You've gotten some.
That dude who scored 100 in a game.
Check it out one day. It's Greg Maddux. Look at this.
Is that who he's behind?
Maddox, Glavin.
Or is it like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Is he who he's behind? Kareem? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bobby Witt Jr.
And he strikes out. Now up is Cabrera with one away. Let's go, Tigers. Let's go.
Justin Shackle and James Smith.
Yes, they're very good.
Pinto is the pitcher. Ricardo Pinto.
Very level-headed kid. Bodes well for the future.
Now up is Cabrera, who hit the grand slam earlier in the game.
And great young players already in the game. A lot of talent.
Oh, shit.
That one is wrapped into left center field.
Hey, good running by Robson out there. Good speed, and there's two away on one pitch.
But the second out, the Yankees are down to their final out.
Here comes Beltre. Really? Is that Beltre? Is that Beltre kid Adrian Beltre's son?
Beltre can connect. Yankees are down by 1.
Oh, no, Adrian Beltre's son is Adrian Beltre Jr.
Beltre's 1 for 2. You saw that single in the 5th inning. Cabrera with a grand slam for the Yankees. Gave them the lead, which they were not able to hold with the 4 runs allowed in the 9th inning.
And here's the pitch. And should be a routine third out. Tigers win. All right. All right. Tigers with the major dub. Beat the Yankees 8-7 on a comeback victory. Always nice to see something like that. Good win for the Tigers tonight. Started off the game good, finished the game good. The middle of the game was pretty much nothing. So basically, if you only watched up to the 2nd inning and then the 9th inning, it was a pretty great game for the Tigers overall. Very enjoyable and great to see a win. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in and everything like that. I much appreciate that. It was really good. The stream was fun. Yeah, we'll beat the Yankees no matter what. Whether it doesn't count, it's the playoffs, it's the regular season. They stay our bitch. So, Tigers beat the Yankees. Nothing new in that statement. It probably just sounds like I'm just repeating something that's happened in the past. Yep, have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you for tuning in, Caden. Good luck to the Padres. Hopefully they can take a dub, but, you know, it's spring training. It's not super important if they do or don't. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Have a good day, Daniel. I will be live again later this afternoon. We're going to be later this evening. We'll do like a hangout stream just to kind of recap the wider world of sports. You know, make it a wider sports talk, wider hangout thing. You know, it doesn't have to be about sports. It can just be random shit about the world that's going on or something you noticed or want to talk about. You know, just feel free. I don't really have much else random stuff. I got to get out of here pretty quick because I got to go do some homework. You too, Daniel. Thanks for tuning in, man. You have a good day, too. But that's about it for right now. Again, we'll be live a little later, of course. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll be live later this evening. If you don't tune in, I'll be probably live tomorrow, I think. Let me go look what the Tigers are doing. Do they play tomorrow? Yeah, they play the Blue Jays at 1 o'clock. All right. Well, we'll see if that's actually on. See if that's a free game. See you later, Charles. Spring training schedule. Where's Monday? Detroit. There we go. Oh, it's on Bally Sports tomorrow too, so that's cool. All right. That should be good. Should be cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, night, morning, whenever you listen to this. We will be live later, so I'll see you then. If not, I'll talk to you when I talk to you next. Go Lions, go Patriots, and, of course, go Tigers. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.